Hello, chat.
You guys are so nuts.
We'll be cranking
Boys.
soon. Better lock in. We are about to get things rolling in an epic way. Doesn't look like it may not be on the ground right now, so Dick Worsham. Dude, I just can't with that name. Oh, mama. This is a big one. Oh!
10,000.
Oh
10,001. 2. It just keeps going. It's like a clock.
How are you doing tonight, Phoenix of the Gods?
Doing good.
Oh my. Not what I was saying.
Looks like it's starting to rope out a little bit, Edgar. This is crazy.
Wow! Look at that!
At Angela Hones 927 super chatted $6.78. Well done, guys. Love
I
from
can't
Milton.
even with this right now, guys. Like, what is this?
Brad is out front. Brad is taking a strong lead. Here comes number 7, right on the side. Number 1, number 14 are making a push. Number 7. Oh my God! Number 1 is going down to the end. Oh my goodness!
Oh my God, dude.
Like, oh, okay, here we go.
Hey, who's this girl in the back, bro? She's just sitting here, just hadn't said a dang word, just staring at us.
That's my girlfriend.
Oh,
Babe, hold your mic button down.
What's up?
wait, what's your username? Hold on. Was that Lactatia?
It's Letitia.
Light on! And now, your local on the 2, 1, go! Let's go, chat! Get the hype going in the chat right now. I need to see the hype levels increase immediately. I mean, Boat Guy. Phil, you're behind Boat Guy. He's going to get you through this. People in the chat are loving Boat Guy. Jess, Ginger Ninja, the return of the boat. Andrew Johnson, you can always trust the guy with the boat. I'm telling you, this guy, my phone? Eric Gray, that guy is going going fishing no matter what. Here we go. Starting.
The following program is a production of the Stormfront
Starting
Freaks
now.
Network.
Where am I? What is this place? It's so dark. Oh, what is that sound? Ah! This is the Big Weather Show! Oh! I'm your host, Stormcat 5. That is absolutely insane. We're going to talk about the biggest stories in weather. That is a massive debris ball. And who knows what we're going to say. Was that Lactatia?
It's Letitia.
So strap in, buckle up. The Big Weather Show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Count it down! 3, 2, 1, now. Oh no. My buttons. Here we go, chat. They're starting to work. TGTF. Thank goodness it's Saturday. Are you kidding me? We've got a special edition of the Big Weather Show coming at you live here from the Category 5 Command Center. We have got a special show for you tonight. This just in. It's a Category 5 alert! A blockbuster blizzard is coming to the Northeast! And there is nothing you can do except watch. This is a Category 5 alert here on the stream. We've got a blockbuster blizzard, guys, coming to the Northeast. First of all, welcome to the chat, all the regulars. We got everyone checking in from all across the world here. I am meteorologist Stormcat 5, and this is the Stormfront Freaks Network. So why are we here on this stream, guys? Well, let's take a look at the latest models here. This is the latest American, the GFS model. We've got a new GFS model that's going to come in later tonight. Potentially, we might see that come in, but this just happened in the past day or two. We had an unbelievable winter storm start to take shape. Welcome to the channel, brethren, all the new brethren that are joining the channel. If it is your first time, let me know in chat. I gotta hear from you if it's your first time. Brother Wilson.
$9.99. Happy Saturday plus your dinner fund.
Oh, thank you, Brother Wilson. Brother Wilson, getting the stream off on an unbelievable note. Are you kidding me? He is a regular, and he just donated $10. Thank you, Brother Wilson. The dinner fund is well taken care of. This is why we are here, guys, is this storm. You can see this is a nor'easter that's going to form. I'm just going to quickly walk you through the high-level stuff, and then we'll get into the details here. So this is starting tomorrow. Guys, this storm is going to be potentially a historic storm. Not like we've ever seen, it's not like we've not ever seen a storm like this before. We have, but we have not seen a storm like this in a long time. The Northeast has been in an unbelievable snow drought. They've gotten basically no nor'easters the past several winters. They were due, and this is the snow police coming to collect here. Carly, I thought it was Blinking Friday. It is not Blinking Friday, it is Blinking Saturday. By the way, anyone in chat, all caps goes. We can do the spamming, we can do the all caps. Feel free to do whatever you want within reason. Don't be mean to the mods. But this is the storm that we got. And this is going to start on Sunday tomorrow, guys. It's Saturday. Sunday by about 1 p.m., the snow should be ongoing in New Jersey, in Delaware, in Maryland, and in Virginia. Let me show you. Let's back this up. Actually, let me go to a different model here. This will be a better, a little bit more of a high-res model. Let's go to the NAM. The NAM is a fun model. Actually, no, let's go to the HRRR here. Let's see if the latest HRRR is out. We've got the 0Z starting to come in here. Let's go back to the 18Z to get a better picture. So this is what's going to happen. By the time we wake up tomorrow morning, tomorrow at 8 a.m., you see that right in there. That is the same time the USA hockey game. So I'm going to be watching that game tomorrow. Hopefully you guys will be too and rooting for our USA brethren. By the time we wake up tomorrow morning, our storm is going to be starting to take shape here. You can see this is 8 a.m. tomorrow. This is all due to, let me show you the upper levels here. Let's start at the very high levels here of the atmosphere, literally and figuratively. Look at this big short wave that's swinging down. You've got, this is at the 500 millibar level, and normally when you see something like this, you see severe weather. But this is not going to cause any severe weather, at least in the U.S. You will have a very nasty squall line, likely over open waters, probably a tornado outbreak over top of, open waters of the Atlantic here. So if you're in the Atlantic, if you're on a cruise ship in the Atlantic, heads up. I would not be shocked if you get some tornadoes, water spouts over top of the water there. Thankfully, that won't be over land.
But this trough, as it swings down into the U.S., look how strong this thing gets. It absolutely goes berserk here. Look at this jet streak. This is winds, guys. And that's what you call a jet streak. Very strong winds at the highest levels of the atmosphere here. Those are winds basically, a couple hundred, guys, that's knots. So that's at least about 150 to 170 miles an hour. Oh my goodness.
Sorry for Kelsey. Beaver
Please
emoji. Beaver 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 emoji. Oh.
I'm going to get you back for that, Rob. I'm going to get you back for that, Rob. Thank you for the 5. Don't worry. I will get you back tomorrow for that. Like I was saying. Okay. It's so chalked. This is the 500 millibar. You got the shortwave moving in. You got the higher levels of the atmosphere. You know what? Screw this. We're going right to the surface here. Let's go to the surface. Let me show you what's going to happen here. So at the higher levels, you're going to have this upper level bowling ball of a low here. There's that low. But the surface, you'll have a low pressure. When you look at the upper levels, this is normally where your surface low will develop here. So this is where your low is going to develop. And then it's going to swing up the coast as it continues to, you're big time divergence here, guys. Wind's going this way. Wind's going this way. It's going to act like a vent, right? Think about a hurricane. When you got a hurricane that forms and vents in different directions, that's exactly what's going to happen. And that's going to allow this thing to bomb out, right? It's called a bomb cyclone for a reason here. And the reason is because this thing's going to rapidly strengthen as we go through the next 24 to 48 hours. Let me show you the surface here. By the time we get to, let's say about, Monday morning, we likely will see a Category 2 equivalent in terms of pressure, and winds could be gusting close to 100 miles an hour right off the coast. And then onshore, you could have 50 to 80. So that's near hurricane force winds. This is going to be a powerful storm here, chat. All right, let's go here. Let's start. Let's just start Sunday. Watch Saturday night. You can see nothing's really going on right now. This is right now. You got some rain showers down here in Florida, Georgia, North Carolina. So, if you're down here, if you're in the South, let me know in chat. Raise your hand if you're down near Charleston, Atlanta, our Florida brethren. If you're in any of these areas right now, let me know in chat. But this is what's going to happen. Also, you'll notice a little bit of a low pressure up here moving through the Great Lakes tonight. That's causing some wind and some snow showers. You got some lake effect in Michigan. That's really going to combine with this piece of energy over top of the East Coast, right over here. And so, if you're in the Great Lakes, if you're in the South and you're getting either rain or snow, that is actually the beginning of our storm. So you can say you got in on the action with this particular storm here. That's right, Mandy. We got to get this storm to get you some rain. I know. If I get a flight out to Florida tomorrow, potentially, Kelsey, we're going to have to watch that very carefully. I'll be honest, you're probably going to be chalked, though. So this is Sunday morning. Look at this. Our storm starts to come together in a major, major way. Wait a second. I'm just making sure I gave the right link here. Yeah, I did. In a major way. So by the time we wake up Sunday morning, this is right around the time the USA hockey game is on. If you're rooting for Team USA, say in chat. If you're rooting for Team Canada, say in chat. Put the Canada or the USA flag here. Let's see who we got cooking in chat. So this is by the time we wake up tomorrow. This low is really not that impressive. Sunday morning, 1,006 millibars. Not very strong, pretty weak if you ask me. But then as we go into 10, 11, 12, you can see starting to get a little bit stronger. Snow is starting in Pennsylvania. Snow is starting in Washington, D.C., likely mixing with some rain. But then as we go throughout the day, this is Sunday by noon. Uh-oh, look at this. Our storm is starting its rapid intensification here. This is 1,001 millibars here. So by the time our storm gets to around 3, 4, 5 p.m., this is tomorrow, Sunday at 5, look at that. In just a matter of hours, our storm went from 1,006 millibars to 996. So getting very strong. And, we're just beginning the strengthening process here. Let's go 5, 6, 7, right there. 8 o'clock, 992. So in literally in 3 hours, our low went down 4 millibars. That is rapid intensification. If you compare this to a hurricane, guys, this is not a hurricane. But the rate of intensification that we're going to have with this particular storm in terms of how strong it's getting in a very short amount of time, this is equivalent to a hurricane that's rapidly strengthening, right? Think about all those hurricanes that have rapidly intensified as they've gotten towards the coast. That's what this is going to do. It's a different process to do it, but you get the same picture, right? This storm is rapidly intensifying, and tomorrow night we will have heavy snow, a massive snow shield on the backside of this. Look at this little bean of snow, guys. This from New York City all the way down to Virginia Beach. We could be getting on that heavy snow action. And this is likely when we're going to get our accumulations in DC and then also in central Pennsylvania. And this is just the beginning, though, guys. This is 8 p.m. on Sunday night. So we have a long ways to go here. Is Brendan Kopic in the chat? Where is he? Oh, my. Brendan, I'm sending you a link just in case you want to join, brother. You don't have to, but I'll send you a link. This is our storm that we got cooking here. And let me just send this real quick. Hold on, chat. Chat, once again, tell me where you're checking in from. Give me your city and state. Don't tell me your address. No one wants that information. Give me where you're checking in from. Let's see who we got checking in the chat here right now. And wrong button. Here we go. Let's see who we got checking in the chat, guys. I want to know if you're in the Northeast. I want to know how many Northeast brethren we got cooking in the chat. If you're a Northeast brethren, raise your hand. Tell me in chat if you're a Northeast brethren. We are absolutely cooking here. The chat is on fire tonight. Like the fire I've got burning to my right. No, I'm not playing hockey. Not even close. Wow. It's jocked. That's right. I think the chat is catching up here. Scotland, Illinois, Massachusetts, Minnesota, Arizona, Syracuse.
Wow, that is massive.
Wow. Stormchaser, Shannon Jocelyn. Welcome to the family here. Wow, we got someone here from Philadelphia. Guys, by telling me where you're checking in from, this gives me a general idea about where to focus my attention, because ultimately I'm a little bit of a smaller streamer, so I can focus where you need me to based upon where you're checking in from. We got New Jersey checking in. Brother Brendan Kopic checking in. Springfield, Missouri. We got the regulars absolutely representing here in the chat. Barometric versus Milton. I don't know. I'll have to let you know, Gray fam. Ohio, Southeast Clucker. It's unbelievable. Welcome to the family here. All right, let's go back to our big view here. Let me keep breaking this down for you guys. So this is Sunday at around 8 p.m. And things will be going downhill quickly here in the Northeast. From even, Boston, your snow hasn't started yet, but from Philadelphia, D.C., New York City, even up in Massachusetts here, and Rhode Island and Connecticut, the conditions were going to be going downhill by around 8. Let's go to about 10, 11. Oh my goodness, look at this. Our low is absolutely cranking. I mean, it is absolutely cranking at this point. 984 millibars. Just a couple of hours ago, our low, check this out.
That is massive.
Just a couple hours ago, our low, wow, that is massive. Michelle just became a new member. Massive shout out. Oh, love that. I love that drawing there, Michelle. That's unbelievable. Welcome to the family. Just a couple of hours ago, our low was at 994, and now at 10, at 11, it's 984. It's gone down 10 millibars in like 5 hours. That is absolutely insane, guys. Exactly. Wow. That's the reaction that I have when I see that kind of intensification. That is, this is not a hurricane, but this is the type of intensification that you see in hurricanes that absolutely go nuclear. I mean, this is absolutely blowing our term out of the water. I mean, it's not unheard of, but it is rare that we get a storm like this that intensifies that quickly. And you know what? We got someone in chat right now. We're going to bring in brother Brandon Kopic is going to join the stream. And Brandon, welcome to the stream, my friend. You can stay as long as you want. You can leave whenever you want. Welcome to the show. I saw you in chat, Brandon. And
I want to show you something real quick. I'm going through a tunnel.
Wow, that is
Whoa!
massive.
A tunnel. How are we still connected?
The beauty of the internet. Definitely not Starlink right now. I'm coming out of the tunnel on the other side now.
Yeah, what are you on Tunnel Link right now? How are you getting connection? That is insane.
I have no idea. It's got me.
That's crazy, dude. So you're driving through a tunnel right now. Oh, there goes the connect. Oh no, we're good. My question to you: Are you going? It sounds like you're driving. Are you driving to this thing?
Yeah, I am somewhere in Pennsylvania right now. I don't know where. Somewhere in Pennsylvania. Somewhere in Pennsylvania, making my way to Jersey tonight. And well, not all the way to Jersey, but I'll be going to Jersey tomorrow, and then I think I'm going to lock into New York City on Sunday.
Oh, he's locking in. He's locking in. We like that. So you're driving to get this thing. What are your thoughts on this particular storm? I mean, just what the models are showing, someone's potentially going to get absolutely crushed.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, of snow, and 2 days ago this wasn't even a thing. That's what I think is truly remarkable about the whole situation. You know, I was eyeballing this immediately after chasing that setup with that. So I mean, as soon as I saw this as a possibility, I'm like, well, it's time to get ready for it. And sure enough, it happened, and it's only been getting more intense for the models. Even if it only does half of.
Oh no. Brandon, can you hear me? Oh.
I lost you. Now I'm back.
Hey, maybe the connection was a little delayed because of the tunnel. Maybe the tunnel was like just catching up. It's like your signal was in there.
It might have been. It might have been.
That's fantastic. So continue what you were saying, brother Brandon.
Well, where did I leave off? Where'd you lose me?
We were talking about this storm. We were talking about how it just kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, so I mean, I was watching the system after seeing that bird fart tornado in Illinois, and it's just been remarkable with how much it's continued to uptrend just these last 48 hours. And just the fact of the matter is, if we only get half of what's forecast, that's still going to be crippling for all these areas.
Yeah, I completely agree, Brandon. I mean, you know, what we're looking at now, this is the future. This is the HRRR model, right? So we got to take this with a little bit of a grain of salt here. But like, guys, if this becomes a reality here, this literally, guys, listen. Anyone calling this like a snowcane is definitely trying to like hype it up a little bit. But like, that looks like a freaking hurricane. I mean,
it's straight
insane.
up does.
It's insane. I mean, look at that. I have never seen a model print out a nor'easter that looks like that. And granted, this is one model output, but guys, I mean, someone along the East Coast, if this even becomes half true, let me show you the snowfall here. This is the HRRR, and it basically has, you know, and this model run doesn't even finish here, but this has 14, 15 inches in Boston, 19, almost 20 in New York City. In Philadelphia, this thing has around 15 inches. I mean, Brandon, this part of the country hasn't seen a storm like this in a long, a storm like this has happened, but they haven't seen a storm like this in years.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it evolves. Honestly, I was planning on going to Jersey tomorrow and then trying to make it up to Boston. But I just think it's not really going to be feasible to get all the way up there tomorrow night and Monday morning just because of how bad the conditions are going to be. And I've never experienced, covering anything other than flooding in New York City. So I'm excited to go out there. There's a lot more populace out there, and we'll see how that ends up. I mean, we'll fill it out. Jaden Pappenheim's right in front of me. We're convoying out here right now.
Oh,
I don't know if you saw our video on Twitter, but we're making our way eastbound right now, and we'll see how NYC does. It could. So we just might move deeper into Long Island. It's just kind of a play it by ear kind of setup.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. The models that I'm seeing, right? And guys, here are just all the snow models. I'm just kind of going through them one by one here. You can kind of compare which models got which. It's still, the spread is still there, right? There still is a spread of what the models are showing. But to your point, Brandon, the axis of heavy snow is going to be the I-95 corridor, right? This is your storm. But the question is, when you talk about a storm like this, when you talk about a nor'easter that's going to be absolutely cranking here, the big thing with this, when you talk about a storm like this, is some places are going to get significantly more snow because some of these bands, you can see this band here near Boston, this band here just off the coast, this band inland, right? In those bands, and it almost looks like, kind of think about like the moats of a hurricane, right? Where you've got this is not a hurricane, guys, but you've got the eye wall, and then you've got, a band of rain here, you've got a band of rain here. In those bands, you'll have, what were you gonna say, Brandon?
Welcome, brother.
Sorry, no, Jaden was saying something on the radio. Yeah, I know my location.
Brother Jaden. He's cooking. But in those bands, guys, you will have significantly more snow. I'm talking about potentially 2 feet plus. I think someone, by the time this is all said and done, is going to get 2 feet plus. But you could have, someplace right here get 2 feet, and then, either New York City or somewhere to the west could get only a foot, maybe 10 inches. It's really just going to depend on where those bands set up, because in those bands, you're going to have incredibly favorable profiles. Snowfall ratios are going to be 10-to-1, 12-to-1, and you'll have that increased lift. That's that purple that you're seeing that'll basically just cause the snow to absolutely dump. And Brandon, I mean, we talk about something like this and trying to find the snow jackpot. It's almost like you're trying to find the eye wall. You're trying to get in the eye wall of a hurricane and try to figure out where the highest snow is going to be.
Yeah, it's difficult because it's going to be very hard to figure that out considering how much of it's going to blow around. I mean, it's going to be hard to get any sort of accurate measurements. And the part that is unfortunate, at least on my end, when it comes to like streaming it, is the most intense snowfall is going to be at night. I plan to stream during the day tomorrow in the evening in New Jersey, but then the really intense part ramps up, and I'm going to have to end my stream early and start early on Monday morning. That way you can catch that in.
Yeah, it is going to be crazy streaming this. I mean, it'll be an all day, all night kind of deal. And the storm itself, right? Sunday night is really this is 2 a.m. Sunday night. And look at this pressure, 976 millibars. I mean, that is almost equivalent to a Category 2 hurricane. And so with these winds that are going to be cranking here, your visibility will be almost, if not zero, in spots, especially closer to the coast. And so the visuals you're going to get, I mean, it's going to be tough. I will say, Brandon, are you excited for this event? Are you a snow guy? Like, does this get you going?
I mean, personally, snow is my favorite thing to cover by far. I just love going out there with the opportunity of helping people. So going out snow is just perfect for me. I love going out there, helping the people that need it, and doing my best to make a difference out there.
Yeah, guys, that's why Brandon is freaking goated, dude. Okay, first of all, Stormchaser of the Year. So Brandon is not only he's a good chaser, but he's a good guy, right? I mean, the fact that a lot of these chasers like Brandon, I mean, Brandon, I think you want to help start this, like, are basically driving around, pushing people out, getting them unstuck. It's unbelievable, right? I think your natural inclination would just be, I'm just going to stay in the car and kind of drive around, but I don't want to get out and get my hands dirty. Brandon gets out and gets his hands dirty. And that's, you get a lot of people that are driving out in the snow, and it's just like, it's especially tomorrow. I mean, tomorrow, anyone that gets stuck, that's dangerous, right? That's dangerous, because when you're in blizzard conditions, you get stuck, the temperatures are plummeting, you could get stuck for all day, all night, and then the next day, because emergency management might not be able to get to you. So it's unbelievable.
Oh yeah, it's really remarkable too. The thing that concerns me, that even makes me a little nervous about covering this type of event, is when you get those blizzard conditions that are that intense, it's easy for you to lose track of the roadway when you're driving, even when you're only going like 20 miles an hour. If you just lose visibility of the road just for a second, you could end up driving off of it without realizing it, and then boom, you're stuck.
Wow. Yeah, you got to know what you're doing. I tell you what, I would literally get stuck within the first 5 minutes and be totally chalked for the rest of the stream. And I mean, you got to be skilled, be a skilled driver to not get stuck, especially if there's a foot of snow on the ground. But Brandon, what I'm showing now, this is the winds, and this could be, the snow is going to be a big deal, right? And the snow is kind of the fun side of this. Everyone loves a lot of snow. If you like a lot of snow, let me know in chat, right? Tell me in chat how much snow is enough for you. But the winds with this particular storm, these are the wind gusts that we're looking at. This is one model once again. But when you have pressures equivalent to a Category 2 hurricane, you're going to get near hurricane force wind gusts. And so, the winds that I'm seeing, 70, right, 80. This is over open water, so likely land is going to see less than this. But, we could see close to hurricane force wind gusts, Brandon, and that's going to really cause things to go downhill quickly in the Northeast.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, and that's my big concern, which I'm intrigued as to how things are going to evolve in New York City. Is it going to be the wind just gets broken up because of all the buildings, or is it going to start funneling between the buildings?
Yeah.
Like, there's so many questions that it's like, okay, how's this going to unfold? And I really have never experienced any type of significant weather there. So I'm like, you know what? I want to go. Like, even if it doesn't end up NYC, Long Island is just going to get absolutely hammered.
Hammered. Yeah, it's going to be Long Island. The impacts with the wind, guys, they're only going to, the closer you get to the coast, the more the impacts will be. So anything along this corridor, not only are you going to have significant snow falling, but you will also have winds gusting. Even, if we look at this just on Long Island, right? This is kind of at the height of the storm. Winds gusting close to 65 miles an hour. It's been a long time since they've gotten a storm this impactful in terms of the wind and snow, Brandon. And so you're going to focus in New York, right? And kind of use that as a base camp, right? And, if you look at the storm nowcast, I'll go east, I'll go west. So you're kind of, I like that though. I love that kind of strategy. And then, experiencing a storm in New York is going to be fun. I'm curious, think any place will be open to eat during the storm?
I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, most New Yorkers walk as it is. So I'm really curious how it's going to unfold, how things are going to evolve, and just the environment around New York City in the heart of a blizzard. I think it's going to be everything pretty much gets locked down and shut down. and people just stay home, which would be the smart thing to do. But it'll be interesting to see how it all unfolds and how it evolves throughout the day on Monday, especially with that being the first day of the work week as well.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. I don't think there's going to be a lot of people going to work on Monday morning. And it is interesting to me because this is one model, just the uptrend, Brandon, today. We talked about that a little bit earlier today of just how this basically went from 0 to insanity in like 24 to 48 hours. I think everyone was focused on the severe weather, and now it's just like this storm. It didn't come out of nowhere, but like with the nor'easter, it just kind of appeared out of nowhere in the models, and now this is the official National Weather Service forecast. And just to the south of New York is where they now have this swath of 20 plus inches of snow, Brandon. I mean, this has got to get the juices going.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a very active event, and with such a high population center, because not only New York City, which obviously is huge in itself, but you've got Newark there as well. You got all those towns in Jersey right over the river. Then you've got New York City itself, and then all the suburbs on Long Island. It's going to be a very impactful event.
Yeah. Not only that, but the blizzard warnings, guys. These are the active blizzard warnings that we have. And I'll be honest, Brandon. I mean, I can't remember. There's been events like this. There have been widespread blizzards. Like, this is not the first time this has ever happened. This won't be the last time this has ever happened. But to get a blizzard warning from Boston all the way down through basically coastal Maryland, I mean, this is a lot of people in those blizzard warnings, and it's been a minute since they've actually issued blizzard warnings like this. I mean,
it's a true nor'easter.
It is, and I think we're going to look back on this for a good bit. I mean, this is crazy. Look at this, Brandon. Literally from New York City and the entire basically area of Long Island is in a blizzard warning. That's going to be unbelievable. I mean, we're talking about millions and millions of people in this warning, and they issued this well ahead of the storm. I mean, normally, like, Brandon, think about the Carolinas. We didn't get blizzard warning at all.
Dr.
Right.
in the house.
Wow. Thank you. Oh no! Don't start it, Care. Don't start, Care. That's so chalked. But I mean, Brandon, in terms of your strategy here, you're going to go to New York and you're going to use that as a base camp. Do you have where you're going to stay? Like, have you figured that out? Or are you kind of taking it day by day? Like, are there hotels that are open?
At this point, I'm just taking it day by day. I don't want to make any plans that I'm not sure of. The hard part about New York City is the hotels, number one, are expensive. And number two, a lot of them have height restrictions that I can't fit. So not only are there hotel parking, you have to pay for the hotel, but then it's like another $65 a night to park your car. And then on top of it all, typically they've only got like a 7-foot clearance in getting the car in there. And I've got antennas, I've got the roof cam, stuff that just doesn't come off the vehicle. So my plan at this point is tomorrow get as NYC as possible, find a hotel in the outskirts somewhere, whether it be Newark or something like that, and then just kind of hang out there, get up bright and early on Monday morning and just head straight in and go straight in the heart of it and spend the next 14 hours helping people.
Wow, that's awesome. I'm surprised there's no like blizzard credit. There's no, New York doesn't have like a blizzard credit they're giving to people to help them with the parking prices. Like, come on, let's reduce those for the blizzard. It's like if you need a parking spot, you're gonna need one bad. But Brandon, talk about, so what's the plan, Fox Weather? Are we are you gonna be doing? Have they told you you're gonna be doing hits all the time, or you gonna be cooking there as well?
I haven't gotten any firm reports about that yet, just because I haven't locked down my plans yet. They sent a lot of their people up into Maine. Haley Meyer, you met her. She's going to be out in New York City. Nick Koser, the dancing weatherman, is going to be out in New York City as well. And myself. So we're pretty much going to be locking down New York City and taking it over. So we'll go out there, we'll have fun, but I feel like there's going to be we'll see videos of like NYPD cars stuck in the snow and stuff like that. I think stuff like that's going to go quickly viral just because of it's New York City.
Oh yeah, yeah, and it's been it seems like the past several times where we've had a threat like this that it just hasn't been realized, and so this is one of the first big threats that Brandon. One of the things I was thinking about is like what's the bust criteria for this? Is there any potential for this storm to like just in the last seconds here, in the last minutes, trending up to this? Is there anything that?
All right, I lost you for a second, Brady.
Oh, you're good. I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yep, I got you.
Yeah. So Brandon, and feel free to drop whenever. You don't have to stay on for you've already been unbelievable. But my question to you is there anything that sticks out as potential like a bust material with this storm? Do you think there's of all the models I'm seeing, they're all pretty much locked in, and obviously there's going to be small differences in where the heaviest snow falls. But do you think there's any chance at this point that maybe the storm could trend way east at the last second, and then your big snow is not going to happen? Do you see any sort of chance of that at all?
I mean, it's always a possibility, but like I don't know if you saw, but like the hurricane hunters are flying into it right now.
That's cool.
And that data is going to be invaluable to the amount of the model data this evening. Hopefully it gets ingested for the 0Z. I saw they posted this afternoon they were going to fly in. So hopefully we'll be able to get that good data. But, there's always a chance something like that happens. But if anything, it's just been locking in more and more with the intensity of this snow. And I think we're just going to get that good lift and everything that we need for it to just dump in very specific areas. I don't think it's going to be a very a wide area. I think it's going to be more focused, and we're going to have a very hard cutoff.
Yeah, 100%. And guys, that's a pretty normal thing with nor'easters. Is you have these bands, these snow bands that develop, right? And in those snow bands, you get crushed, and then outside of those bands, you're still getting half an inch to a quarter of an inch rates per hour, but you're not getting that 2 to 3 to 4 inches per hour that you can generally get here. And this was another thing that I noticed here, guys. This is just the trend that I noticed on the European, right? We talk about the GFS, we talk about the European. Normally, the European wins, right? The European, over time, has way more skill than the other models. But in this case, the GFS right now looks like it may be winning the battle. Here's the last kind of 8 runs of the Euro, right? This was a couple of days ago. Actually, when the severe weather was ongoing, the Euro showed nothing.
Hey, Brady, I got to hop off. Sorry to interrupt you, buddy, but I got to get my kids to bed.
Brandon, thank you for joining us. Guys, massive shout out to brother Brandon. He's going to be live over on your YouTube tomorrow. Brandon, where can people find that on YouTube? What's the username? I'm sure everyone already does. But
just Stormchaser Brandon Kopic. That's where you can always find me. Stormchaser Brandon Kopic on YouTube. We'll be over there live tomorrow.
Enjoy it. Have a good one. Go over, watch Brandon. He's going to have an unbelievable stream. Good luck and Godspeed. Thanks for joining, Brandon.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Peace. All right. Back to the main scene. We're going to bring in Agent Dan as well. Agent Dan has just joined the stream. Agent Dan, welcome to the stream, my friend. Oh, my goodness. Dan, guys, let's get those Agent Dan emotes going in the chat. Agent Dan, doing good tonight, brother?
I'm well. How are you?
Oh, wow. No partly cloudy this time. Oh.
No, it's nightfall right now.
Oh, fantastic, Dan. Well, it is an absolute pleasure to have Agent Dan in the chat. Agent Dan, who's becoming Fedora Dan. Look at that fedora. And I tell you what, Agent Dan, if Carol's in the chat, we've got some Valentine's love from Carol, brother Dan. So let me show you guys what I was talking about here. And Dan, feel free to jump in whenever you see something. But these are the last, basically 8 runs of the European. And this is something that just kind of was developing today. This was 219, so a couple of days ago. Let's go throughout the last. Okay, this is the first time the Euro picked up on something. This is the 18Z run of 219. This is the 0Z run of 220. So it's starting to pick up on this nor'easter, but look, notice how it keeps the heaviest snow offshore. Once we go throughout 06Z, it starts pushing onshore. The trend has been towards the coast, not away from the coast like the previous. If you guys remember the nor'easter that we had basically 2 weeks ago, where it stayed off the coast and all the heavy snow was basically just in Nantucket, that is what was looking like was going to happen again. But then watch what the Euro did. This is 12Z of yesterday. So this is yesterday in the morning. The trend starts to push onshore. Now we got places like New York City and then Hartford, even into Albany here, starting to get some bigger snow. Then watch what happens. This is 18Z. Whoa. This is when things got very real. And this is when yesterday the alarm bells in my head started going ding, 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 ding. This is becoming a reality here because the European had a huge shift. Look at this. Here's the shift. This is the 12Z. This is the 18Z. It doesn't look like that big of a shift, but it is. And it told me, okay, our low is starting to get pulled closer to the coast here. And then 0Z last night had another shift to the east. This is normal. So a huge shift to the east, but watch what happened during the day today. And this is when I started to say, okay, we're starting to lock in here. This is 06Z, shift to the west. This is 12Z, another shift to the west. That's 2 shifts in a row on the models. And then here's the 18Z, no shift at all. So it's locking in, it's dialing in on where the heaviest snow is going to be. So that's the European model. King Euro, which is normally right. Welcome everyone that just joined the channel here. This is the last several runs of the Euro. Let me show you the last several runs of the GFS, because the GFS of all models, which normally the GFS is completely and utterly chalked. Kicks a lot. Keep asking me that question. I will answer some questions in a little bit here. But the GFS has been locked in on this. Guys, this was 219. This was 2 days ago when the severe weather was ongoing, or I think actually severe weather was before that. But these are the last several runs of the GFS. On 219, 2 days ago, the GFS was on this thing. So the GFS saw something that the Euro didn't. And so that's why in this case, I think the GFS was actually performing better, or has performed better than the European. Watch how consistent the GFS is. These are the last 8 runs of the GFS starting on 219. That's 2 days ago. This is the 12Z. Okay, still shows a storm. This is the 18Z, still shows a storm. The 0Z still shows a storm. So think about the GFS, right, Dan? I mean, this model goes back and forth so often, and normally it'll pop up with the storm on one run, and then on the next run, the storm will be gone. That's not happening. That did not happen with the GFS. There was something in the GFS that was so dialed into this storm. I have no knowledge of why, to be quite honest, but the GFS was so dialed into this particular storm that it continued to show it no matter what. And then watch what happened. We're going to bring in Brother John as well. John, you're on the stream. Brother John Banghoff, the co-founder of Weatherfront, has just joined the stream. John, are we vibing here tonight?
What is up, y'all? Yeah, I'm here. I am on 270, about to get on the 70 East. I was in the great state of Ohio in Columbus, actually with Brady himself, Stormcat 5 this afternoon. Originally planning on driving back to Pennsylvania tomorrow, but decided probably ought to get on the road tonight. So ETA, I think, is currently 2:30 a.m. But the good news is I start some overnight shifts tomorrow night, so we're just gearing up, getting ready, and no snow to deal with right now. But yeah, really good to be back with you tonight.
Let's go, John. Good to have you, brother. First of all, if you are playing any music, mute it so we don't get copyrighted. But second of all,
oh yes,
second of all, look, he's got a party going on in the back seat. There is something going on in the back seat right there. The party is absolutely, you're bringing the party right there. Oh my goodness.
We went to Disney on Ice last night.
What do we got going on, Dan?
I want to know.
Dan, what was that, bro? No way. Oh, keep going, John.
We went to Disney on Ice last night, and my kiddo has a glow light thing makes it look like I'm getting pulled over by the cops, but I assure you,
It does.
no, there's no cops involved tonight.
Yeah. I thought you were either getting pulled over by the cops or there was a party going on in the back. And
it's the latter. Definitely the latter. Yep.
Fantastic, John. Well, welcome to the stream, brother. Let me go back to this model here. Let me explain, and John and Dan, feel free to hop in whenever. So these are the last several runs of the GFS here. The GFS was absolutely dialed into this storm. This is another thing I love about Weatherfront too, guys, by the way. You can go back and look at the last 8 model runs, right? Weather Belt, I can only look at the last 4 or 5. So this is epic. This was 220. So this was yesterday or 2 days ago at night. This is the 0Z run. Let me show you the 6Z run. It's, once again, a little bit of a shift north there, but still dialed in to this particular storm. This is the 12Z. A little bit of a shift to the east. This was yesterday. This is yesterday night now. And still, once again, dialed in, absolutely locked in. The amount of very little shifts that the GFS was doing is unbelievable. I don't know about Dan or John, if you guys have ever seen the GFS be so consistent. I have never seen the GFS be this consistent for days leading up to this particular storm. This is the 0Z last night. Still dialed in. Look at that. Look at the difference between the 18Z and 0Z. There was basically no difference between the 0Z, the 18Z, and 0Z. Same thing with the 6Z. No difference. Same thing with the 12Z. No difference here. I mean, it's shocking how consistent the GFS has been. If anything today, guys, the GFS has shifted a little bit. Look at the last 3 runs here. 6Z, 12Z, 18Z. So if anything, the GFS has shifted a little bit east. That's not actually a shift. That's the GFS actually just dialing in on exactly where the heaviest band of snow is going to set up. And right now, the GFS has the heaviest band setting up right along the coast, right where those blizzard warnings are. And so it's been fascinating, really, to track this with all the models the past couple of days. The Euro definitely has kind of adjusted to the GFS, which it's normally the other way around here. So this is pretty interesting to watch as we go throughout the next couple of days here. But this will be a very impactful storm. One of the most impactful storms that we've had in a long time here. Let me show you what the future is going to hold. For those that are just joining us too, we are tracking this historic winter storm as it moves throughout the Northeast here. John, I'm going to bring you in here and just get your take on this thing. You know, we've been talking about how long it's been since the Northeast has gotten a storm like this, and let me go to the one of the high res models and show the chat here. This looks like, if this satellite presentation becomes a reality, this looks like a freaking hurricane. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Literally. Yeah, no, it's really impressive. The former science and operations officer at the Weather Service in State College was posting earlier today. He's kind of one of the pioneers of ensembles. And he was talking, he likes to speak in kind of standard deviation anomalies. So without getting too much into the weeds with it, basically how rare and how strong are the particular winds. And a lot of times with these nor'easters, based on their name, the U component or sort of the horizontal or the west to east or east to west wind is really relevant. And he said the U, so the west to east velocity anomalies are like minus 5.7 standard deviations, I believe he said, which is very significant. And in fact, usually like 4 is what it takes to have a pretty significant blizzard. I believe he said this is on the order of the same anomalies that Hurricane Sandy had, and that was a tropical system. And so if that continues to pan out, we're talking a massive storm. I think it's really, I mean, it's pretty much a slam dunk right now that the I-95 corridor from Philly up to Boston is going to get slammed. I mean, you're talking 1 to 2 feet, maybe locally 3 feet. I think the big questions that I'm watching, Brady, are, more relevant to like central Pennsylvania. Really on the west side of the system, there's going to be sort of the strongest band right along the coast where you just get slammed with probably 2 to 3 inch per hour rates for several hours or much of the night tomorrow night. Just to the west of that, I think there's probably going to be some subsidence where somebody's probably going to get not a whole lot of snow and might be a little bit disappointed in between. And then something else, and we can probably pull it up with looking at some of the mean sea level pressure. There's going to be this inverted trough that sets up somewhere central, so sort of western Pennsylvania, north to south oriented band. You can kind of see it on this particular run of like composite reflectivity, where there's that band in west central Pennsylvania that's going to set north to south and just sort of park right there. I think that's going to be another localized corridor of probably 4 to 6, maybe even locally 8 inches. And then between that deformation band, or sort of that inverted trough, and the main low bombing out over the East Coast, I'm honestly kind of hoping where we're at in State College, it ends up not getting much, because I'm ready for grass to start growing all this stuff. But I think it's going to be really interesting to see. The storyline, the Blockbuster, obviously going to be right along the coast from at least Philly up to Boston, maybe even as far southwest as Washington, D.C., in for, man, like an incredible 24 hours probably.
Yeah.
Dangerous as well, coastal flooding. I mean, this is going to be an epic storm. But yeah, I mean, so much interesting stuff that I'm sure we'll get into as the night goes on.
Yeah, I completely agree. And Stu, we're bringing in Stu as well. Welcome to the stream, Stu. Stu's got the pup there. But this storm, like John was talking about, guys, it is this is basically this is not a hurricane, right? But the central pressure is 968 millibars. So that is a pressure that we normally see in category 2 to category 3 hurricanes. And I have never seen a nor'easter. I'm sure it's happened before. I'm not saying this has never happened before. This is not like, never happened before, but where I've seen a presentation that looks like a hurricane. If you zoom out, guys, this looks like a freaking hurricane. I mean, it's unbelievable the power that this storm is going to bring at the peak, 966 millibars, guys. And this is a pressure. If we look at Sunday at 7, this is 989. And just 12 hours later, the pressure is 966. So that's over a 20 millibar drop in 12 hours. Guys, the criteria, and John, correct me if I'm wrong here, but the criteria for a bomb cyclone, right, for rapid intensification of a nor'easter is 24 millibars in 24 hours, right? That's the criteria. We are going to drop 20 millibars in 12 hours. So that
twice
is
as
almost,
fast, basically. Yep.
I mean, John, basically we are rapidly intensifying at double the rate of the term rapid intensification. I mean, this is like a new term. Is this rapid intensification? It's insane.
Bombogenesis is probably the most impressive thing, and there's records. I don't know them off the top of my head, but yeah, we're talking about significant deepening of this thing. I think the satellite imagery is going to be absolutely epic. You could be talking about a little bit of an eye, right? Like sinking motion. Certainly on radar, I think you'll see a hollowed out eye. That's not too uncommon, but I wouldn't be surprised if on the satellite picture itself you start to see some hollowed out. Brady, can you pull up the simulated IR on the HER? I think the HER has that could give us at least some idea, an approximation how it's going to look like. You can see the eye on the wind products, on the P-type products and things like that, but the simulated IR, I think, is going to be pretty interesting to see. Wow. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Like it's asymmetric certainly as this thing gets going, but I mean, what a incredible system. This is the type of system that's going to, honestly, without being hyperbolic, like produce a whole new era of meteorologists. Like this could be the one. Blizzard in '96 created a lot of meteorologists. I mean, it was a little bit. Well, I lived in Georgia at the time, and so wasn't relevant for me. But I know many of people that are sort of our age, Brady. Like that was maybe their earliest memory or things like that, and the rest was history. It'll be fun to sit back and watch for sure.
Yeah, I guys, this is absolutely, once again, what we're looking at here. This is the simulated. John, I'm glad you told me this. This is the simulated what the satellite will look like. Obviously, these colors are based upon, this isn't necessarily what you'd see from space, but this is like what a satellite picks up, and some of the filter, it's got a filter on it as well. But
basically, infrared imagery, what it would look like, giving you an idea. I really like this just as a side note for like convection development, to be able to see, supercells and some of the stronger stuff. That's a cool thing in summertime. But in this, it'll be curious to compare what this looks like. And I mean, just watch it wrap up and pure textbook.
Yeah, it's insane. And you can, just by watching this, you can see the wind. It just whip through the center of it, right there. See how it just starts to whip there. And at the center of this thing, you could have potentially, right? Look at the clear. That's clear. That's like open air at the very center. You could have, I don't want to say a clear eye, but look at this circle. I mean, that's as close to an eye that you will ever see on a nor'easter type system. I mean, this thing is absolutely crazy in how this is going to go down. And I mean, it's just the rate of rapid intensification. This is like, you talk about bomb genesis, right? We talked about that just a bit ago. That's 24 millibars in 24 hours. This is going to be double. It's basically going to be double bomb genesis. So we almost need to invent a new term for this particular storm with how strong it's going to get and how quickly it's going to get, guys. Literally by the time we wake up tomorrow morning, by the time we wake up Monday morning, this storm is going to go from a meaningless storm, basically a clump of rain. This is tomorrow morning. This is a clump of rain. That is all I can do to describe this, right? With a little bit of snow on the north side. It's going to go from a clump of rain to basically a Category 2 equivalent hurricane in 24 hours. This is Monday morning. So Sunday morning at 8 a.m., this is right when the USA hockey game is on, right? Going to be watching that as well. But this is Sunday morning, and then look at this. Monday morning, right there. It goes from nothing to what basically is it's not a snow-a-cane, right? You're going to see a bunch of accounts post that, but this is as close to a hurricane that a nor'easter will ever get, right? I don't want to say ever, but this is as close to a hurricane as we'll probably see in a long time that this area is going to get. And we talk about the winds as well with this particular storm. I mean, Stu, like what's your read on this? I know you've been kind of looking at some of the models today. What are your thoughts with this particular storm system?
That it will be, let's see. So I know New York City hasn't had a blizzard warning since 2017, if I'm not mistaken. So this storm is going to be historic, in my opinion. I have a couple of buddies of mine on Xbox that are actually in the path of this thing, and they're going to give me
Xbox! Got some Xbox friends.
They're gonna post. They're gonna give me some content to post to Twitter, hopefully. So I'll have some video and some photos of the snowstorm as it's happening, from Brooklyn and from Long Island as well, and even from somewhere in Pennsylvania as well. But this storm is gonna be historic for sure. If you're not prepared, it's probably almost too late because I'm sure everyone has already gotten everything.
Yeah. What can people do to prepare, Brother Stu?
So let's see, gather, some water, some any food
from the ocean.
No, not from the ocean, from the store, some bottled water. Yeah, everyone's going crazy over my cat. This is Storm Cat.
Who is that? What cat is that?
This is Sophie.
Wow. Sophie's just chilling.
Sophie is a very chill cat.
Unbelievable.
Also had my two dogs as well. Watching the house for my mom. But anyway, so definitely get, some water, some, non-perishable foods, just, anything. And make sure you're also staying warm too. And also, power outages because of the high winds are going to be a concern. Not, widespread like an ice storm, but sporadic power outages for sure. So if you're anywhere in like higher elevations, like I know in northern New Jersey, they're going to get a lot of snow and some very high gusty winds, even parts of the mountains in West Virginia as well. I know we're supposed to get in on this. So, a generator wouldn't be a bad idea just to have on hand. Get some extra gas for that generator too, and top up on gas before the storm hits too, because you don't know how bad this storm could be. I know models have been all over the place. I don't know if they've consolidated since then, but I know on like official National Weather Service graphics for JFK, it was anywhere between 2 and 24 inches of snow, which was just a crazy wide range for how close we are to this storm. So
yeah, it's wise words, Stu. With a nor'easter like this, guys, the margin is so close, right? Like you can have some spots that get 10 inches, 7 inches, and then another spot 50 miles to the east that gets 2 feet, right? This is the official National Weather Service forecast, guys, and normally These guys are they're the best in the business, and normally they're not necessarily on the conservative side, but they are not the ones to call for 2 feet of snow when the models aren't showing it, right? Or when one model is showing it, right? Normally they take the even ground approach to make sure that they're the most accurate, right? Because normally the ensembles are the most accurate, but this is their forecast. And when you see that agency forecasting, look at this in New Jersey. This is close to 2 feet. This is 23 inches of snow. So that's basically 2 feet of snow. That's if I would pick a spot, guys, of where, because I think a lot of people in chat, and guys, tell me your city and state in chat so I can try to lock in right now. Let's get a chat check-in right now. Let's see where the chat is checking in from. But if I had to circle somewhere on the map where I'm thinking the best chance of getting 2 feet or more, there could be locally spots that get more than 2 feet. This is where I would pick, right? Kind of in the heart of Jersey, maybe just south of New York City, and then potentially a secondary bullseye right up here along the coast in coastal portions of Rhode Island and Massachusetts. Those are the 2 areas that I would pick. That's what the National Weather Service has said. But that's where I'm seeing some of the greatest chance where that band, right? We always talk about those bands setting up, but that's where I would think the best shot of that band, both of those bands, kind of setting up those heavy snow bands that are going to drop. We talk about those heavy snow bands. Those are likely you're going to see snowfall rates of 2 to 3, maybe even 4 inches per hour at some point. And that's really what's going to separate the men from the boys here in terms of your snow totals at the very end of the day. And because if you're sitting in a 4-inch per hour snow band, guys, and you sit in that for a couple of hours, even if you're in it for a couple of hours, that's 12 inches of snow in a matter of literally 3 hours. So I'm not saying that there's going to be widespread bans like that, but there absolutely could be snowfall rates towards the coast that approach 3 to 4 inches per hour potentially. That's what if you look at history, that's what happens in these types of situations. And I mean, Brother Dan, I mean, this is from your perspective. What are you thinking about this storm? What are you hearing? You're all the way in Texas right now, but I tell you what, this is a storm like this only comes along once in a while.
Welcome, brother.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I am so glad this is not happening here in Texas. That would literally shut the state down. But yeah. I'm thoughts and prayers are going out to our friends and brothers in the Northeast, because this is could very well be historic. We don't know, but we don't want it to be, but it could be. And take precautions, prepare accordingly, please. If you're in the path of this, please.
I agree. Yeah, guys, now is the time to prepare right now. So looks like we've got the chat. If we do a quick chat check-in here, looks like we got, once again, tell me where you're checking in from chat right now. I want to know. This is important for me to know where you are at so that I can tell you, okay, where's the heaviest snow going to fall? I want to know, do we have any people in New Jersey in the chat? Do we have any people in New England? Do we have any people in New York City? Do we have any people in Philadelphia? I want to know right now where, if you're in any of those cities, so I can give you that personalized forecast. We got Alabama, Wilson, Connecticut as well. So tell me right now, let's get a chat check-in.
So I just want to talk about something real quick here. So the last time that New York City was under a blizzard warning was 2017. And during that storm, it was March of 2017. During that storm, New York City only saw 6 to 10 inches of snow. So they're going to see over double that, or about double that, potentially over double that. I wouldn't be surprised if parts of like Brooklyn, New York end up with close to 2 feet of snow, honestly. But even though that there is this blizzard warning, the last time they were under a blizzard warning, it wasn't that much snow. Like, don't get me wrong, 6 to 10 inches of snow is a lot for a place like Columbus, Ohio. Like, it'd be great to get 6 to 10 inches of snow. We just had a foot.
It recently would. We already did, Stu.
But just put that in perspective, like 6 to 10 inches of snow versus potentially 2 feet of snow. Like that is a huge difference compared to
Double.
what happened nine years ago when they last had a blizzard warning. It's going to be crazy. Like we could see snow drifts as high as probably 5-6 feet on buildings.
Yeah, absolutely. And the wind, I mean, the wind. Welcome, brother. Guys, for everyone that's just joining the stream too, or everyone that's just joined the channel, we are a relatively small channel. So if you can do me a favor right now, all 379 of you, I want you to smash that like button and smash that subscribe button, okay? That is exactly. That is what you can do. I want you to take your mouse, smash it right now. If you break your mouse, I will send you a new one. I've already broken my mouse. You can hear it right there. But do that right now. That helps us out tremendously. We are doing this all for free, right? We are not getting paid to do this. So smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Help us get bigger here on the Stormfront Freaks Network. We're all one big family. This is the snowfall forecast for New York City here. And I think we can kind of maybe go forecast office by forecast office to just get a better look. And hopefully this will hit your area. So I know we got a lot of New Jersey brethren. We got a lot of New York City brethren in the chat. So we'll kind of go forecast. Yeah, we got someone from New Jersey as well. So don't worry. I'm seeing all your chats here, just trying to get through as much as possible. But this is the New York City forecast. And I'll be honest, guys, it has been so long that I've seen a forecast like this. I mean, basically the entire Long Island is almost 20 inches of snow from JFK all the way to Montauk. I don't even know if that's how you pronounce it. Montauk.
That even includes Brooklyn, because just south of the NYC dot there, to the west of JFK is Brooklyn, New York. So parts of the boroughs of New York City are going to see quite a bit of snow here.
Yeah.
And Brady, I think you're correct on Montauk.
Really? Montauk. Good old Montauk. I don't know why. It sounds like a surfer thing. I don't know. It sounds like a California thing.
Cats. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, exactly. But this kind of forecast, guys, you look at this whole forecast area that we're looking at. Literally, the least amount of snow I can find is here, and that's 11.8. That cat in the top right corner of the screen is going crazy right now. But that is the least amount of snow I can find is 11.8 in Middletown. And that's just insane, right? You've got 13 in Cold Spring, 15 New City, 17 in New York City. Once again, and Stu was telling us, there could be snow drifts of feet, right? When you get you get close to 1.5 feet of snow that falls, and then you get 50 to 60 mile winds that blow it around, it's going to run up against buildings and stack up way high. And we're talking, so if you get 2 feet that falls here, 2 feet that falls here, 2 feet that falls here, and the wind blows it up against a building, that 2 feet's going to stack up to about 5 to 6, maybe 7 feet. That's as tall as me, right? I'm basically 7 foot. That's as tall as me. And I'm telling you guys, a snow like this is ludicrous, right? It's not like it's never happened before, but it will be a storm that you will remember for a long time. Even if New York City only gets half of these, which I'm not saying this is going to happen. Even if New York City, has a little bit of substance on the backside, maybe they get 12 inches, 13. With the winds, this will be a storm that you remember for a long time, because you won't even know. I'm going to be honest. If you get a foot of snow and there's 60-mile winds, you won't even know that, okay, you got shorted by about 5 inches, just because of how significant of conditions you're going to have tomorrow. So, if you are in this area, this is going to be one of the hardest hit areas, especially, and then down into Jersey as well. We'll look at Jersey next. And maybe, Stu, what you could do, if you could maybe just find a link of like this graphic for some of the other National Weather Service offices that I can show. That would be fantastic.
Pull up the probabilistic portal that we looked at for the last winter storm, it kind of gives you that same idea. Yeah,
just maybe send me a link to that, because I'm doing a bunch of other things. Yeah. But this kind of forecast here, we're going to go kind of forecast office by forecast office here, just to take a look at some of these different what they're predicting. And while we're kind of pulling that up, just want to show everyone the scope of this, because this is probably the first time I've showed this. These are your warnings that you've got. Anything in pink here, those are winter storm warnings. Let me zoom in a little bit further so you can see it here. Anything in blue, light blue, these are your winter weather advisories. So you've got, winter weather advisories right here. And then you've got, the winter storm watches. My bad. Those are winter storm watches. And those are basically being issued because there still is some uncertainty on the edges of this particular storm. So right along the edge here, you could get up to 6, maybe 7 inches or a little bit more. But the National Weather Service, that's where that gradient is going to be. The cutoff, John, to your point, in Pennsylvania, you could have a significant cutoff there.
Yeah, Brady, it could be interesting if you want to. And Weatherfront on the Outlooks tab, you can actually pull up this Wawa map and then click on the particular segments to be able to see like the text of the warning, or the warnings or whatever that you want to do. Certainly no obligation, but that's a nifty feature as well.
Yeah, let's take a look. Here we go. Going back to Weatherfront here. Okay, here we go. This is actually fire. I didn't even know. See, that's why John is epic for a lot of reasons. But this is basically, guys, our warnings here. So this is the same thing we're looking at just on the Weatherfront app. And you'll notice everything in here in orange. Those are your blizzard warnings. And that's where the conditions will be the most significant. So from basically Salisbury down here up through Boston. I mean, this is almost, this is 400 miles of blizzard warnings that we have. I mean, in the population size, I wish I could compute the population from Boston down here. We're talking about millions of people. I mean, John, this is like tens of millions potentially.
Literally. Well, yeah. If we click somewhere on Long Island, just click on. I'd love to like pull up the text of the blizzard warning, because we're talking not only snow but also wind and coastal flooding. And you're going to have all those, and I can't quite see, but Brady, if you want to just read out some of that.
Yeah, we've got, they talk about, blizzard conditions expected, total snow accumulations, 15 to 20 inches, higher amounts along Long Island, winds gusting as high as 55 miles an hour. Long Island, you could have gusts reach to 65 miles an hour. So that's, guys, hurricane force is in the 70s. We are getting close here to hurricane force gusts. You got visibilities dropping to 1/4 mile or less due to falling and blowing snow. Whiteout conditions are almost a guarantee, guys. If you're traveling, we got Haley.
99 cents. Brady, I'm gonna get slapped by snow. Lee is gonna get buried.
Okay. W in chat for Haley.
Haley's on
Massive
Long Island.
shout out to Haley. What'd you say, Stu?
I said Haley is on Long Island.
Okay. Yeah. So Haley in chat is on Long Island. And this Long Island will be one of the hardest hit areas, absolutely, by this particular storm. What we've got pulled up, this is a blizzard warning for Long Island. So this tells you what Long Island is going to be like, guys. The biggest concern for Long Island, for any areas in blizzard warnings, is not necessarily the amount of snow that's going to fall. That is significant, and that will have its own impact. But it's the combination of the wind and of the snow that's going to make travel basically impossible, right? Think about this. You're driving along, all of a sudden, you got a foot of snow on the road, and you can't see 5 feet in front of you, right? Chances are you're gonna basically go into a ditch within 5 minutes, right? You're going off the road, unless you have some crazy tires, which most people don't, right? Most people in this part of the country don't have snow chains. They don't have the proper equipment to drive through this. So you're going to get stuck, and you get stuck in blizzard conditions. No one's going to be able to come to your aid, right? The signal is going to be tough to get with the wind, and then also it's going to be impossible to find you. So that's why if you have, please, if you're in this area, do not travel. Do not, try to go out and brave this storm unless you can, walk outside your door. Don't drive anywhere. If you've got to drive anywhere to get stuff, go tonight, go tomorrow, right? Stop watching the stream. If you haven't gone to get supplies, go to the store tonight, go to the store tomorrow morning and get stuff. Because by the time tomorrow night hits, the snow is going to be falling heavily and the wind's going to be absolutely cranking. So do not wait. Go get some supplies.
Yeah, Brady, another thing that's interesting, and I kind of mentioned it, if you go back out and so click on the blizzard warning again on Long Island and click one more time, there's a coastal flood advisory. I was just glancing. Inundation, you click it one more time and open up that advisory, you're you're talking like 1 to 3 foot of inundation. Not quite storm surge, but similar concept. And so not only is it going to be puking snow, it's going to be blowing like crazy, but also going to have a bunch of water coming in, similar to storm surge with hurricanes. And so it's just going to be a nasty situation. And not only you're not going to be able to drive because of snow, but also because there's going to be water across a lot of the roads, especially right along the coast there along Long Island.
Yeah, it's a good point, John. I mean, you look at these kind of impacts, guys, because the winds will be gusting so significantly. And let me just show you back on the models here. Because the winds are going to be gusting very strong, right, and close to hurricane force, even offshore, you will have hurricane force wind gusts. That is an almost certainty. When you have a storm that has a central pressure of 966, you're going to get winds that gust over 70 to potentially 80, 90 miles an hour in spots. Look at this. You see in this storm, these are kind of your wind gusts, 90 miles an hour. Granted, that's well off the coast, but I'm just showing you this to give you an idea. And what's going to happen here is when the storm is at its peak, right? This shows you on Weatherfront here, it shows you the wind direction as well as the wind speed. So anything that you see in orange here, that's wind gusts that are at least 60 miles an hour. So all through this open water, you see winds 70 to 80 miles an hour. On shore, you see the winds get significantly less, right? That's because of friction, right? The wind hits buildings, it hits cars, it hits trees, and that slows the wind down. But over open water, the winds are much faster. And so what you have when the winds are coming out of this direction, right? They're going to be, for most of the storm, they're going to be gusting out of the northeast here. So they're going to be pushing all this water. Same thing with the hurricane. It's the same concept here as storm surge. It's a little bit less, but you have wind that pushes water on shore. And then right along the coast, you get flooding. So within Long Island, you're going to have wind basically gusting here in the channel, and it's going to push all of that water on shore. On the south side, you will have some storm surges, not really storm surge, but you'll have some coastal flooding as well. But the wind will actually be pushing water away for the good part of the storm here. So you will have coastal flooding. Anywhere you see the wind that is perpendicular to the coast, that's where the greatest water will pile up, and that's where you will have flooding along the coast. The good news is for our New Jersey brethren, you do have the wind that's going to be blowing offshore for the majority of the event. But here on Long Island, up here near Boston and Nantucket, you're going to have winds almost parallel to the coast here, and that's going to create flooding problems. So on top of everything, guys, on top of the wind, on top of the snow, you're also going to have to deal with coastal flooding. I mean, if you're here in the Northeast, you've experienced this before. You understand what can happen when you get a nor'easter that pushes through. This is going to be a bad one, though. So this will be, unlike anything that we've seen so far this year, and unlike anything that we've seen really in the past couple of years here, Stu. I mean, it's the winds that we're looking at here. This is going to be just absolutely blowing big time.
$4.99. Why no name fought this storm yet?
Winter storms do not have names. Oh my God! Can we talk about that for a second, please?
Yeah. Here, yeah, I'll go big. So, brother John or brother Lush, thank you for the $5 here. Let's get some W's going in chat right now. I want to see all 373 people right now spam W in chat. Let's get it going here. Let's get the vibes high here, because I'm going to be honest here. The winter storms, this is my opinion, and I don't know, Dan or Stu or John, if you disagree, I don't think winter storms should have a name.
No, they don't.
They don't. They don't need it. So they started naming hurricanes because of the impacts, and because it was a better way of communicating. Okay, we've got Hurricane Andrew, Hurricane Ian, right? It's people tend to lock onto names. For winter storms, my opinion is that we shouldn't name them, because normally you don't, the impacts aren't nearly as significant, right? If you just, there are people that do, get hurt and do unfortunately die in winter storms. That is not an argument here, but it's naming a winter storm, in my opinion, tends to create more problems than it does good. People already tell me every day of my life, oh, stop the hype. It's not going to happen. We don't believe meteorologists. We don't need more of that, right? And naming winter storms, tends to drum up some hype. And the National Weather Service actually doesn't name winter storms. They don't do that. They name hurricanes, but they do not name winter storms, and that's for a reason. What do you guys think, chat? New poll, by the way. I want to see what you think, chat. Should we name winter storms? Stu, you had something to say about that?
Yeah. So my 2 cents is, I understand why the Weather Channel does it, because that's the main agency that is naming these winter storms, right? I'm pretty sure it's the only one that does. Maybe other agencies kind of follow it, but the National Weather Service and NOAA, they don't name it, and it doesn't need named. One, hurricanes and tropical systems, in my opinion, are most of the time, like 98% of the time, are much easier to track than a winter storm, because winter storms can have such tight gradients and can have such slim areas of where the highest impact is. But for hurricanes, you have these widespread impacts where there's a wide area where a lot of people unfortunately can succumb to the elements, which is just unfortunate, But for winter storms, it's just not the same, So winter storms, in my opinions, just don't need names. It just doesn't need it. It's useless, in my opinion. And also it can even create confusion too, because tropical systems and winter storms can happen at the same time in March. I know they can. It is possible. We've had blizzards in March, and we've had tropical systems as early as March. So you can't just have a tropical system with a name and a winter storm with a name. I feel like it would just create too much confusion, even though it says winter storm this and hurricane that.
Yeah. Wow. Brother Corey is in the chat. Unbelievable. Brother Corey is in the chat. Corey Gherkin. I saw him today, literally. Stuck a sticker right to his back. Go follow his YouTube channel. He's got an unbelievable YouTube channel here. He said the storm should be named Corey. Yeah, maybe. I feel like that could definitely be a thing here. Also, Stormchaser Jordan Hall is in the chat. Wow. Let's go. We're kind of cooking here. I don't know, John, what do you think about the whole naming situation?
I don't have a strong preference on it, honestly. I mean, I understand why certain broadcast entities name them. It helps kind of associate the thing. And for these higher end events, some people remember it as being that. A lot of people just remember dates. I guess to some extent, I'll plead the fifth. Don't feel strong on it, but I certainly understand people's qualms with it on the contrarian side of the discussion. Looks like I'm still on, perhaps, so I'll keep on rolling here.
I don't know what happened. It's kind of awkward.
I don't know what's going on with Brady either. I'm actually just driving through Zanesville, Ohio, driving into a little bit of snow. Kind of this initial wave
my phone into a million pieces.
Oh no, Brady!
This is a disaster.
Oh no!
I have just shattered my phone into a million pieces. It was just dropped on the ground. And thankfully, the good news is that I just canceled my Apple Care. So I also do not have Apple Care as well. So that means I'm going to be paying for full price to get a new phone here. So that's just great news.
Oh no!
Just joined. Yeah, that's.
No.
So I think I'm going to change the goal here from the dinner fund to the new phone fund.
Oh no!
Because we've officially chalked ourselves.
Got to make sure you keep it an iPhone, Brady. Got to be able to still use the WF.
That's right. I can still turn it on, and it still looks like it's functional. So it's just going to be a little bit more difficult here to get the graphics going.
Oh no!
But we're not going to let that stop us here on the stream. We're going to keep rolling here, and we're going to keep cooking. I mean, we've got 348 people that are depending on us to relay some information. With that being said, we're going to bring in Stormchaser and unbelievable friend Jordan Hall. Welcome to the stream, my friend. How are we doing tonight, Jordan?
Dude, I didn't want to talk about it. I'm just tired.
What?
I'm so tired, dude. I'm tired.
You're so tired?
Yeah, because I'm driving to the East Coast.
Oh my goodness. Where are you targeting right now? Where are you driving to?
So I chased in Illinois what's today? Saturday? I chased it in Illinois on Thursday. Yesterday morning, I left, drove to Kansas City, spent the night there, and I made it all the way to Wichita, Kansas on the Oklahoma border and turned around.
At Samantha Cornell 8,316 super chatted $9.99. New phone fund.
For a meeting on Tuesday morning. So I'm just grinding this out right now.
Yeah, Jordan, it is insane how we went from severe weather, and it was kind of like, okay, things are kind of calming down here, things don't look as bad, and then within a day, it's like, nope, there's a blizzard that's going to happen, and it's going to absolutely crush the East Coast here. I mean, there's so many chasers that just have been grinding, and they were like, oh, we're going to get a break, and never mind.
Yeah, it's crazy because we went from fire weather to severe weather and now winter weather on the East Coast. So it'll be pretty gnarly to chase. It looks like a pretty potent system too. There could definitely be a full wide out blizzard in some of those areas. So if you live out there, you need to lock in and
That's
get
right.
as much toilet paper as possible and all the milk you could drink.
That's right. It is very important, chat, that listen, we've got 342 brave souls in the chat. You guys need to be the people that get the milk and the toilet paper, because other people, in the Northeast, they're starting to catch on, but you guys are the ones that know ahead of time. Because you're watching this stream, you know what's going to happen. And so you're going to have a leg up on all those other plebeians at the store who are just, doing their grocery shopping. So I'm not saying go, hoard things, but go stock up and be ready to roll. Get some Pop-Tarts, get some toilet paper. Charmin. No, if you get a bidet, then you'll be okay too. This is an unbelievable time to have bidet here.
Once you lose power, you need the Charmin Ultra Strong.
No, bidets don't run on power. They just run on water pressure. So Jordan, I got to ask you here. Wait, we've been talking. Every guest that I brought in, it doesn't. You don't require electricity for a bidet. That is a fact. Okay, that is an absolute fact of life. Here if you're watching the stream, I am a huge bidet advocate here. But oh my,
$4.99. I'm locked in. I just bought all that toilet paper from the store.
Haley just bought. Okay, don't go and buy all the toilet paper from the store. Leave some for some other people. But
everybody's got a bidet, Brady. Everybody's got a bidet.
I don't think so. I'm curious to see new poll. Also, the last poll that we talked about. Should we name winter storms? Wow, this is actually surprising. 32% of the chat said yes, and then 34% said naming winter storms is chalked, and then 34% also said no way. So that's about a 68% of the chat says no, but 32% of the chat says yes. I don't know. The new poll, are you a bidet brother? And gonna see how many people in our chat have bidet. In the meantime, Jordan, where do you think the bullseye of snow is gonna be? Of all the places that you've seen on the models, do you have a strong feeling of where the bullseye is gonna be?
I honestly have no idea where the bullseye is going to be because I haven't even looked at the models yet. But I'm just aiming for Eastern New Jersey because I can't afford to go any further north because I literally have to leave at like 3 p.m. on Monday and overnight it to Orlando. So
go to Eastern New Jersey.
Why?
That's the bullseye.
I have a meeting at 9 a.m. in Orlando. I was supposed to fly out, but instead I'm going to drive so I don't miss this winter storm.
That's chalked. Yeah, that's chalked.
It's brutal. It's just absolutely brutal, but you just got to do what you got to do, I guess.
Yeah, so Jordan, you said you're going to target southeast New Jersey or like kind of southern New Jersey. I'll be honest.
Yeah, the East Coast up there by like, I think, what is it called? Not Long Beach, but the other one.
Long Island?
No, maybe it is Long Beach. It's
Long Beach.
Long Branch.
Long Branch, thank you. I'm probably going to go with that region, Long Branch.
I love that town name.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that's an actual town name. I'm gonna be honest. Chat is
zoom in.
Is Long? I don't feel like it. Is Long Branch a town name? Chat. Let me know. But I will say this, Jordan. if we look at the official forecast here from the National Weather Service,
Oh wow,
just
look at that! It bullseye's long branch. I haven't even looked at one model. It's crazy.
Yeah, this is a new model. This is the official forecast here. Let me zoom in on New Jersey though.
Look
Let me
at the
see
new
if there's.
Yeah, northeast New Jersey, right where that base starts, Brady. Zoom in on that.
I'm trying to find a location here that's.
Go to
give me
cities and do New York.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good call. All right, we'll do cities here. I'm going to zoom in. And Stu, in the meantime, were you able to find any of the official graphics of the National Weather Service? Be able to share?
I put the preset portal in the private chat for you.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, here's the zoom in. This is the official forecast here from the National Weather Service. So this is the bullseye. This is where they say the biggest snow is going to fall, and this is where it looks like where Jordan's going to target here. So if we look on this map,
look at that.
yeah, look at this. This is, think about that blizzard that hit DC a couple of years ago or several years ago, where we're talking about feet and not inches. This type of snow, 24, that's 2 feet of snow that we're looking at in the bullseye here in New Jersey, and I do think. Of all the places along the East Coast, I think New Jersey, if you're a New Jersey brethren, let me know in chat. I want to hear from you in chat. If you are a New Jersey brethren, say I'm a New Jersey brethren if you're from New Jersey, and make sure you spell it correctly here. But this is likely going to be our bullseye. So just south of New York City. New York City, you're still going to get crushed. Long Island, still going to get crushed. And you're still going to get blizzard conditions. That much is almost a certainty here. But I think the bands that we were talking about, I actually kind of forget the actual name of those bands. I'm pretty sure they have a legit name. Maybe John, if you know, like what those snow bands are called. It's like some fancy ISO, I forget. But what'd you say?
It's usually like a frontogenetical band or a mesoscale snow band. Yeah,
exactly.
Frontogenetical band is probably the best phrasing for it.
John, I don't know if we can look at that on Weatherfront, because that would be another interesting thing to see. But right here is where we're going to have likely what's called frontogenesis, right? That's basically like air is converging. Air is going to converge in a major way in New Jersey. And when you've got converging air, right, you got air that converges like this, it's going to rise. When you have rising air, think about a thunderstorm. When air rises, you have heavier rain that falls, right? You get a bigger storm that forms. This is, we're not going to be talking about severe weather or storms, but you will have rapidly rising air here. And once air rises, it's got nowhere to go but down, right? So it's going to rise, and then heavy snow is going to fall down, and that's going to create almost 2 feet plus. I could see somewhere in New Jersey, in this region, potentially getting more than this, right? Locally, when we say locally higher amounts, I could see somewhere in that circled area getting close to 2.5 feet. That is absolutely in play, especially if one of those frontogenesis bands sits over top of that area for multiple hours, right? They may get less than this. I'm going to be honest. They may get less than 2 feet, but wherever that band of heavy snow sets up, where we'll have those snowfall rates of 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 inches per hour, that spot is going to get close to 2 feet or close to 2.5 feet of snow. And so if you're in Jersey, we do have some Jersey brethren. We got a Sunday Driver, New Jersey brethren. We got Lush, also Jersey brethren. We got Kelsey's, not a New Jersey brethren. But stay safe. Lower Hudson is going to be lit. That's right. If I ever say lit on stream, by the way, someone literally punched me in the face. But I just said it. But chalked. But I tell you what, Jordan, we talk about these snowfall rates, and that's exactly where you're going to go. And so it looks like, Jordan, you might get in on the bullseye here.
Yeah, definitely could. We'll see what happens. I'm happy I have my own car for this one, though. I have everything in here. The only thing I don't have, and I'm going to have to pick up tomorrow, is I don't have a winter jacket or my snow pants on me because I was
Bro, what? You're not going to be able to find that.
Yeah, I will. Trust me. There'll be there's plenty of stores like North Face or any of those.
I doubt it. No. You don't understand.
The Northeast prepares for winter temperatures all the time.
You better stop. You better stop tonight, because listen, all 330 people in this chat are going to go clean out the stores. Okay, they're going to go to the stores and absolutely clean up. I remember the Ohio Valley during the storm we had a couple days ago. The shovels were all gone, and they were gone days before. They still aren't back in stock. So I have a feeling, Jordan, you might need to. If anyone, guys, if anyone is in chat.
Because that went viral, and when I went to Alaska and
Wouldn't
I
recommend
arrived in Alaska with shorts on, people were like, "Who's this guy?"
Maybe someone in chat you could let you borrow some ski gear. If we have any people in chat in New Jersey, and you have some ski gear that you'd be willing to lend Jordan Hall, just let me know. Let one of our mods know if Jordan can borrow some ski gear from you.
Yeah, I can get my own.
I think you're gonna need to borrow it. That's just my
Brady.
take here. Yeah, go ahead, Stu.
Pull up the latest her model.
Okay.
The snow totals on there are absolutely crazy for Jersey.
Okay, so this is breaking into the studio right now as we speak here. This is the latest her model. So this is the latest model. This is the 0Z run that just came in here, and it shows. Wow! Oh my goodness! You see all that purple, guys? That purple is at least, right? I think this shows you, yeah. Okay, this is really cool. This is another epic tool from Weatherfront here. This shows you the snowfall rates. This was exactly what I was telling you here. Your snowfall rates of 3 to 4, look at this, 4 inches per hour, guys. And on shore, you see 1 to 2 to close to 3 inches per hour here in Philadelphia. Guys, what'd you say, Jordan?
That's insane.
Oh, yeah. And this is not a surprise, guys. If you look, when you have a low pressure like this, when you have a low that's this low, that's 974 millibars per hour. It is absolutely sucking air in like a vacuum. You have air that's just being sucked in there. You know, think about like a hurricane, right? A hurricane just pulls in air like a vacuum. And that's exactly what's happening at the center of this low pressure system, 974. And so when you have air that's rushing in like that, right, it gets to the center and then it starts to rise. And as it gets pulled in, it rises. Once air rises, it's got nowhere to go but down. And so what happens is, because it's near the coast, you've got unlimited moisture, right? You've got the ocean right there that's feeding this particular storm. So unlimited moisture is rising. And where is that moisture going to go? It forms into clouds up here, and then it falls as snow because it's cold. And the more moisture, the more rising motion you have, the more falling motion you're going to get. The heavier the snow you're going to get. What's that law? What, like Newton's law of, like, what goes up must come down? What's that law of physics? Does anyone know? Someone's got to know. Dan, you got to know. Help me out, Dan.
I think that one's gravity.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Dan.
Dan, who is with you on your camera? Who is that?
That's the famous MJ from Dallas.
Whoa! MJ! Hey! Welcome to the stream, MJ. Say hello,
here,
MJ.
I'm real.
Yes!
So
it's
fun
MJ.
to be here.
Oh,
my
it's so
gosh.
great to have you, MJ.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be a part of this. You know,
MJ, what's your thoughts on the storm?
I think that people should definitely prepare, take it serious. Dallas just went through our ice storm in January. People were a little bit underprepared. I don't think there's anything wrong with over-preparing. And I think that my boss actually is in Rhode Island, and I've been checking in on her, and I'm like, hey, you know, and she's like, this is going to be historical for us. We have not seen a storm like this since I've been here. So prayers, positive vibes, and preparation is always what I say. So
that's right.
Thanks
MJ,
having
how many rolls of toilet paper would you buy if you were in the Northeast right now?
Oh, I would probably supply for at least a week, a little over a week. I would say definitely. Water, toilet paper, bread, the essentials. I have 3 children, so when the ice storm hit Dallas, I was that crazy person, but we did not go without. And my kids actually were out of school for an entire week. The roads
Wow.
were and you couldn't drive on the roads.
Wow.
Luckily, we didn't lose power, but you know, we played a lot of Monopoly, Uno.
There you go.
We had
Uno.
a lot of fun family time.
Wow.
So
That's
yeah,
incredible.
just hunker down, be safe, and don't feel afraid to prepare.
Yep.
It's better to over prepare than to be under prepared.
Agreed. MJ, it is so great having you on the stream. And it's wise words there, chat. You know, there's nothing wrong with over preparing. You know, don't get any fights with anyone at the stores, right? We don't want any fights breaking out. We don't want to see you on social media, right, going viral for the wrong reasons here. But there is nothing wrong with over preparing here. And we looking at this, guys, the snowfall rates, right? This is exactly what I was saying. Our snowfall rates could be they will be. I can almost guarantee you, whenever you have a low like this, the air is going to have nowhere to go but down. As it falls, it will be falling heavily. And so when you have snowfall rates, 2 to 3 inches per hour in a matter, literally 4 hours, right? If you have a snowfall rate of 3 inches per hour, you'll have a foot in 4 hours, right? In 8 hours, you'll have 2 feet, right? If that snowfall rate would continue. So snow can pile up significantly fast. And that's why in New Jersey, especially in New York City, you can see even in New York City, we're talking about snowfall rates of 1 inch to 2 inches per hour. That means if it snows for 12 hours, you're going to get 1.5 feet of snow, right? That's exactly what's going to happen here, guys. The snow is going to start Saturday at 3 and continue, Sunday at 3, not Saturday. That's today. It's going to start Sunday at 3 and continue till Monday morning. The snow will likely not taper off until Monday early morning, and then slowly throughout the day, our low is going to slide away from the coast. But you'll still see some snow Monday during the day here. So, Sunday night is when we're going to get these insane snowfall rates, and that's going to cause snow to absolutely skyrocket. And I mean, Stu, when you see snowfall rates like this, it's almost impossible to count the snow because you measure it once and then within an hour, it's 4 inches higher.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of, honestly, this is kind of like lake effect snow with these snowfall rates. Like, this is going to be something that you'd see, like, these rates are going to be something that you'd see out of, like, Buffalo with lake effect snow season. Like, it's going to be crazy. And I'm going to be watching some street cams out of New York City and, like, Central Park and Times Square. Like, I'm going to be watching those probably all day Sunday, just watching the snow pile up. And honestly, I don't even know if I'll be able to see it because of the high winds. So we'll see.
Yeah. Whoa!
What was that?
What was that?
Probably my windshield wipers. We got some snow going.
I mean, John.
Yikes.
So John trying to get some snow right now. So be safe, brother John. But when you look at this, I mean, this is a, once again, this is offshore, but this is a snowfall rate of almost 5 inches per hour. Like when you start looking at this, this is like some of the upper limits of what the atmosphere, I would even call this, falling. This is snow puking at this point, absolutely vomiting from the sky. I mean, this is like crazy stuff here.
Totally. Yeah. One of the things that I think is also very, very relevant and pertinent for us is honestly, like at onset, temperatures are going to be fairly marginal during the day on Sunday. So you're going to need pretty hefty rates to get any accumulation. Light snow is definitely not going to stick. You're probably going to have some rain snow mix. If you go back to like Sunday afternoon, it looks like in parts of eastern Pennsylvania, again, you're going to be looking at sort of marginal temperatures and probably a rain snow mix. But then as we get into Sunday night, things are going to deteriorate really quickly because not only do you have temperatures falling below freezing, which will enable, efficient accumulation, but you're also going to have the bomb, or the cyclone really, really bombing out. So I think it'll be important that people don't sort of bail or think like, oh, it's a bust. If by Sunday afternoon, you're not really seeing much, or it might snow for like a while before you actually start to see snow piling up. But again, after sunset on Sunday, and then certainly all the way into Monday, I think you're talking about a really, really intense situation. And it's going to be going to be a spectacle for sure. I mean, the satellite, the radar imagery, the winds, the webcams, it's all going to be
crazy,
pretty incredible, and certainly looking forward to just kind of sitting back and watching it unfold.
Yeah, I completely agree, John. That's such a good point to remember here, guys. You remember me showing you the radar here just a little bit ago. This is Sunday at 2 p.m. And you can see places along the Northeast here. Right, New York is at 36. You got, Pennsylvania, Allentown, Pennsylvania, 36. Philadelphia, 38. I mean, these temperatures. Oh, there goes my pen. But these temperatures that we have are going to be above freezing here. Long Island, 36 in Brookhaven. Up here in Boston, our Boston brethren here, 36 as well. So when moisture is going to start, this is when precipitation is going to start here on Sunday. And so it likely will start as rain. There's going to be a lot of people that are posting on social media that are like, oh, it's busting, we're getting rain. But as that storm strengthens, look, here's the center of your low right down here. As it gets stronger, it's going to pull and be like a vacuum and just suck all of this cold air down from Canada and down from the Northeast. As it pulls in that cold air, temperatures will plummet into the 20s here. You can see by the time we get to Monday morning, New York City is now in all the heavy snow, 28 degrees. Philadelphia, 28 as well. But notice how we're not talking about temperatures close to 20 or in the teens. These are temperatures that are marginally freezing. So that means that the snow that does fall, it could be a little bit of a wetter snow, at least to start, and it might not accumulate as effectively as it normally does. But that is not going to matter because there's going to be so much freaking snow falling that it will overpower that initial surge of warm temperatures here. It will overpower it, and it will start to accumulate very, very quickly. So thank you, John. It's a massive W. John's filling up gas. Let's go. We're also going to bring in meteorologist Sierra. Meteorologist Sierra Lindsay, who's joining the stream. Sierra, welcome to the stream. How are you doing tonight?
Good. I'm eating barbecue mac and cheese, so I'm having a good night.
Oh, please don't make me hungry. Please don't make me hungry.
There she is.
There she is. We got Jordan and Sierra on the same stream. Jordan is driving out to chase this thing. Sierra's back in Oklahoma. Sierra, what are your thoughts right now as a meteorologist in training who is still in school? I mean, it is fascinating to look at a storm like this because it is pushing the very limits of the atmosphere and how strong this storm could get.
I'm not a really good meteorologist in training because I didn't know this was happening until last night.
I'll be honest. I don't think the majority of the country did. I mean, this is a relatively, it's not new, but this is a relatively there's probably a lot of people today that are just hearing about this for the first time because this storm kind of uptrended. Today was the uptrend of all uptrends, right? It went from a storm that was kind of sliding off the coast and potentially going to bring some coastal impacts to a massive, massive nor'easter. But Sierra, when you look at this, right? When you look at this and look at these winds,
I just passed in Ohio. I'm sorry. I just crossed in Ohio. I had to gag.
Hey, that's my joke.
Come visit me and Brady.
That's me, Ohio.
That's it.
To you.
That's it. We're putting Jordan in timeout. Jordan is officially chalked. He's officially chalked. That's a timeout. Timeout.
Look at that elite logo. I mean, oh my gosh. It's just elite.
That's right. If you're an Ohio brethren, let me know in chat. Okay, us Ohio brethren got to stick together here because we got a
Look
lot
at that. Script Ohio's.
I know there's a lot of parking there.
Yes.
That's right.
Incredible.
That is unbelievable. That is incredible. I agree,
Someone
Dan.
walked by me at my apartment complex yesterday in Norman, Oklahoma, wearing an Ohio sweater, and I was like, "What are you doing?"
Everywhere.
It's amazing.
Yep.
So,
unbelievable.
If you're an Ohio brethren, let me know in chat. But Sierra, this is the storm. I mean, at its peak, we're talking about a central pressure close to 970, maybe 966, because some of the models are kind of differentiating here. This looks like a freaking hurricane, Sierra. I mean, this is just, in terms of meteorology, this is like our Super Bowl. It doesn't get any better than this.
It's perfection.
Yeah,
Where the highest snow total is supposed to be at?
Right now, and we'll bring back in Jordan as well. There we go, Jordan. All right. But the highest snow totals that we're seeing. Let me actually compare the latest models here because this is the latest HRRR.
Long Branch.
What'd you say?
In Long Branch, the town you think doesn't exist.
Here's the latest. I don't think it exists either. Here's the latest HRRR, and right now it's putting the bullseye of 20 plus inches somewhere in this region, right? It's got New York at 20. It's actually got Boston a little bit less at 14, although their event is still ongoing there. So the snow totals there will be higher. But New Jersey, right now, of all the models we've looked at, we can actually compare here on Weatherfront. It's pretty goated here. Let me just draw where the HRRR has the bullseye. Let's compare. This is the latest Rufus. The interesting thing is the Rufus model has consistently had the least amount of snow of all the models. And, I mean, some people have different opinions on the Rufus model. John, you got an opinion? Looks like you came off mute there.
Yeah, it's been struggling. I mean, at this point, it's not too dissimilar from the Euro, I suppose. But the Rufus it's got a FV3 core right now, and they're going to switch it over to MPass, which supposedly is better. It's a lot of gobbledygook that probably doesn't mean a whole lot to a lot of people, but it's not quite up to par yet. So if you do the comparison, I mean, it's not too dissimilar from the Euro, but I think it definitely underdoes the snow sort of on the west side. I guess we'll see what happens. I mean, maybe this is more representative of what's going to happen with melting and things during the day on Sunday, but I'm not terribly convinced. I guess we'll see, but yeah. I think we should take it with a grain of salt.
I agree. Yeah. The interesting thing here, guys, is so this is the Rufus model. This is I'm pretty sure this is I forget when it was created, but this is a relatively newer model that they're just kind of tinkering with, and I'm pretty sure this is supposed to replace the NAM here, but it has been showing. This is the most snow I've actually seen this model show in the past several runs here. So, what'd you say, Sierra?
Yeah, so the HRRR will also be phased out, but they've postponed the sunsetting of the HRRR as they continue to tweak the Rufus because it's not quite functional yet. And I guess it's also the new version of the Rufus, which they've been working on, is not going to be rolled out, I think, until after the World Cup at this point.
Whoa!
So it's still going to be a little bit. It's all right. It's coming. FIFA. Let's go.
I love that. We love that. We got to cook here. I'm actually going to the game of the World Cup.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. If anyone's going to be in Miami for the game in Miami, I'll see you there on the 21st of June. But here's a different model. We can kind of compare here, guys. This is actually very interesting. We got a lot of 0Z models in here. So these are a lot of the latest models. There you go. Dan the Man. There we go. We got Hog Pull. Loving Dan the Man in chat. We love Dan. Chat, spam your favorite panelist here. Let's get some love for all of our beautiful panelists here in chat. This is the 0Z of the Rufus. This is the 0Z of the HRRR. So you can see big differences here in the snow. And then this is another model. I actually don't know what model this is. AWR. It's like convective allowing models. So this kind of have some snowfall here. So once again, big snow right along the coast. Similar theme. Once again, this is another version of the AWR or the ARW here. Crush job for the East Coast. This one actually has the biggest snow falling down in Maryland and New Jersey. I don't think that's going to happen here. Another convective allowing model here. Interesting. They're all kind of showing a bit lesser on the snowfall side. So I'm wondering what that kind of trend that is. This is the 3-kilometer NAM here. Absolute crush job in New York. Absolute crush job in Boston. Absolute crush job in Philadelphia. Even down here in Salisbury, Maryland. Absolute crush job down there as well. This is oh my God. This is just laughable at this point. This is the other NAM. And it shows, I don't know, guys. What do we think? Do we think 30 inches is going to happen in New York City?
No, I don't think so.
No.
I mean, if you go back, if you do look at the experimental portal that I did send you, the high end amounts are actually kind of quite crazy. I mean, it has New York City in the 30 inches, but
wow. Yeah, that is actually okay. I love this tool. Actually, I'm falling in love with it. I'm going to show it in just a sec. So here's the other models. Here's the latest wrap model. Once again, crush job, New York City, crush job in Philly, crush job in Boston. Next one, this is the 18Z Euro. Absolute hammer job all up and down the coast. The Euro shows a little bit lighter on the snowfall totals. Interestingly enough, that's the Euro's been doing that the whole time, though. I mean, the Euro hasn't showed more than a foot in many of these places since a couple of days ago. So this is the latest GFS as well, the 18Z GFS. Absolute crush job. We looked at this earlier in the stream, guys. The GFS has been almost right on the nail. I mean, it has changed very little in the past couple of days, which is rare for the GFS. Normally, it's literally all over the place. But the past couple of days, it's been dialed in to the East Coast snow. Let's take a look at the Canadian as well. Our Canadian brethren, also crush job right along the coast here. So we are locking in, guys. We are locking in. I'm curious to see what the AI models are. This is the European AI model, and it shows more snow than the regular European here. I don't know if anyone's got any take on the European AI. I have not used it enough.
I'm starting to like the AI models, honestly.
Go ahead, Stu.
I'm starting to like the AI models a little bit. I think they catch on to things pretty well in terms of forecasting. So I started looking at those a little bit alongside other models too.
Interesting. I'm actually curious. I don't actually know how the AI models are like what they factor in. Like, are they hooked into some, like ChatGPT type feature? Or like, I haven't done enough research to understand those. Has anyone?
As far as I know, a lot of them are not like physics-based models, so they don't like do all the little calculations on the little small scales.
I think they're trained off of current models, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah, they take about a year to train based on the current sort of physics-based dynamical core. So actually, there's a bit of a misnomer that they're cheaper. They cost a lot to train. Once they're trained, you can run them real easy, but it's actually just the expensive process of training them for a year. But they do require the physics-based models, and it's interesting for systems like this when like something like this has never really happened before. It tends to fall maybe a little bit outside of the observable history. So something like the hybrid GEFS, or the HGEFS in Weatherfront, I guess, is supposedly supposed to account for that. I haven't really looked at the HGEFS much, and actually I don't think it has snow amounts anyway. But for things like QPF or whatever, we could compare to see what the QPF looks like and see how that compares, because ultimately it's just going to be a ratio of how much QPF is observed.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, guys, QPF is the amount of moisture, right? It's the amount of precipitation. So if everything were to fall as rain and it would accumulate, right, you'd have about oh my goodness. Wow. I mean, we look at this. This is the amount of basically moisture that's going to fall. And you can get your snow amounts. This is kind of the way the National Weather Service gets their snow amount. They don't look at the snow totals like we do. They don't look at they do. They look at the model output of snow. But how you get to snow the old-fashioned way, and the way that the actual meteorologists that are putting out official forecasts do, is they use the QPF as a base. So basically say, okay, New York City, you're going to have 1.5 inches of liquid fall, right? And then they calculate, okay, what are going to be the snow ratios, right? 10 to 1 is kind of the standard. So if you got 10 inches, or if you got 1 inch of rain, 1 inch of liquid that falls, you'll get 10 inches of snow. So if you take the standard ratio here for New York City, right, it'd be 1.5 inches times 10. That's close to 15 inches of snow. Same thing down here in New Jersey, Atlantic City, almost 2 inches of liquid equivalent is going to fall. Now, having said that, you might actually get a period of rain at the beginning of this event. So 2 inches, it might be a little bit much in terms of might not all fall as snow, but let's just say it does all fall as snow here. If you just do a 10 to 1 ratio for Atlantic City, 2 inches of liquid falls, that's 20 inches of snow. 2 times 10 equals 20. And that also doesn't take into account here that the snowfall ratios will likely be more than 10 to 1, especially closer to the center of our low. Our low is going to be cranking right off the coast here. The closer we get to the center of that low, generally the higher the ratios could be, as you'll have some more lift. You'll have some better thermal profiles. And so here in Atlantic City, here in New Jersey, you might get 1.5 to 2 inches of liquid, but the ratios could end up being 12 to 1, which would mean our snow totals. That's why we're printing out almost 2 feet of snow here in New Jersey. And then same thing up here in New York. See how there's going to be less liquid that's going to fall. And you get about an inch and a half of liquid that falls. That's why you're getting about 19, let's say 15 to 19 inches of snow for Long Island. Same thing up in Boston. You've got about an inch and a half, a little bit more going to fall of liquid. And snowfall ratios 10 to 1, maybe a little bit higher. That's why our snow totals are sitting right around 16 to 17 inches up in Boston. And, John, we talk about this kind of forecasting. This is how this is how you kind of guys do it at the National Weather Service, right? You take a look at the liquid and kind of start from there.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's two-parter, right? And it's pretty simple math when it comes down to it. There's the QPF, or what we call the quantitative precipitation forecast, so how much liquid is going to fall. And then you've got a snow ratio. And so closer to the center of the storm, you're going to be looking at snowfall ratios that are probably less than 10 to 1, maybe 7 or 8 to 1. And then the farther away you get from the storm, they could get higher to say, 15 or even 20 to 1. And so the Weather Prediction Center are kind of the experts in snowfall forecasting. So they're putting together both the QPF, or the quantitative precipitation forecast, as well as those snowfall ratios. You do kind of a simple multiplication factor, and then you get your result. So fairly straightforward. I mean, it's definitely more complicated than that. There's all sorts of research that goes into these things to figure out the climatology for snow ratio, but that's fundamentally how it all gets done.
Yeah, it's love that insight from Brother John Banghoff, and he's absolutely crushing it. We're all absolutely crushing it here live on stream, and I tell you what. This storm is continuing to look significant. It's continuing to look... Guys, what's your favorite snow term? I was just thinking about that. Mine is Blockbuster Blizzard. I love using that. It's kind of an alliteration. Sierra Diva, favorite snow term you like to use?
We're going to have to circle around and come back to me.
Fantastic.
I'll go next, Brady. I like puking snow. I think it's just a beautiful
where's
phrasing.
Your accent from? You're from the north somewhere.
Oh, the Great North. Yeah, I'm originally from the ATL, big Atlanta Braves baseball fan. But yeah, I grew up in Columbus, Ohio, close to the Ohio State, and now I live in State College, Pennsylvania.
All the bars in Ontario are opening at 6 a.m. for the game tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Sarah, aren't you from Michigan?
Mm-hmm.
That's right. What part?
Metro Detroit.
Okay, nice. Yeah.
Canada.
My mom grew up in Traverse City, up in the Pinky. The Pinky because you're a Michigander, and then my dad grew up in Toledo. You know this, Brady? The Michigan the lower peninsula of Michigan's a mitten. So you hold up your left hand, and down near Detroit is basically the base of your thumb, and the northwest corner is your pinky. And so people describe themselves relative to where they live, relative to the mitten.
And you know what we're called? Being in the lower peninsula, because you have the UP.
Oh, look at that! Oh my gosh!
Bridge, and then Mackinac Bridge is 5 miles long. It's huge, and then everybody who lives downstate are called trolls because we live under the bridge.
Wow. Literally, under the bridge, and you got Yoopers, right? You gotta. Now, let's say this: we don't give a damn for the whole state of Michigan because we're from Ohio. However, there are some redeeming qualities about the state, especially as you get farther north. Traverse City's beautiful. The Upper Peninsula is beautiful. And
looks like a turkey.
This side of the I don't know, anywhere along
it's
the
a
shore
turkey.
Out by Alpena.
Yes. Oh, just shoot. Absolutely beautiful. Lake Michigan, clear water. Just amazing.
Yes.
If you're a Michigan brethren, let me know in chat. If you're an Ohio brethren, let me know in chat. If you're a Northeast brethren, let me know in chat. Let's get a chat check-in. Tell me where you're checking in from right now. This is the latest NAM that we're looking at, guys. And oh my God, this is just insane, guys. Look at this. This is the latest NAM. Granted, this is the NAM. So let's take this a little bit of a grain of salt here. This is pushing the atmospheric limits in terms of the amount this snow can puke. Jordan, go.
I was just going to say, I'm going to hop off here because I need to figure out where I'm going to take a nap. And because I've been driving since Monday, so I need a little bit of a break. And
Jordan, are you going across 80 or 70?
70 right now.
Just crash with Brady in Columbus.
Yeah. Duh.
I mean, honestly, it's probably 2 more hours to get to Columbus from where you're at, maybe an hour and a half.
It's a good point. I didn't realize I was going through Columbus.
Or you could go to my mom's
pizza.
Go say hi to my mom.
Wait, can I come over? I want pizza.
So yeah, I'm going right through Columbus, but I literally am only stopping for 3 to 4 hours for a nap.
Go to my mom's
Sure.
Leave the garage open.
She would love to see you.
Jordan, I think I'm like probably 2.5 hours ahead of you. I'm like in Eastern Ohio near Cambridge on 70, so we got a little train going. You'll hit some snow as you get in Eastern Ohio, but it's still warm enough to not really do much.
Yikes.
Got it. Yeah, no, I'm basically on my way back to Norman, but I have to go through New Jersey and Orlando, Florida.
Shocked.
Really productive.
Everybody's gonna hear it. Jordan texted me this morning. I get a text when I first wake up, and it says it's from Jordan. He goes, "You're gonna hate me." He was supposed to come home yesterday, and I get a text, "You're gonna hate me."
Mama G just said, "Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Keep on."
No, he said I gotta go cover this, and then I gotta go to Florida, and then I gotta do this. So I'll be back sometime.
Yeah. You know what, Sierra? Me and you are going to be we're just going to be chilling in our own houses. We're going to be like resting like a baby, right?
I might go have a beer at one of the ponds out here. Just wait for the hockey game in the morning.
It's going to be amazing. Mama G said, but he did say he wanted to rest. He won't rest at Brady. Yeah, good point. We'd be... I dropped my penny! We were going to be playing Uno. But Jordan, thank you for joining. Jordan, are you going to be streaming this? Where can people follow you as you continue this epic journey?
Yeah, I have a stream scheduled for tomorrow, so you can find it on my YouTube channel. Just search Jordan Hall WX and you'll find it.
Oh, well, it's gonna. We are
Hopefully
looking
like a dead ghost by tomorrow. So
This is the first time I've seen Jordan's face in a week, also.
and
I'll be honest. Chat, do you know what a dead ghost is? New poll coming in hot. It's a new term here. It's a dead ghost.
It's like going to bed alive and waking up dead.
Jordan
that seems
was
like a double
tired
negative, though.
Jordan was tired of people before the chasing even started in Illinois.
I might have crashed out on live stream.
It was so bad.
I completely had a crash out moment, and so I'm gonna hop off here, but I'm gonna get some rest, and we'll be ready to go tomorrow.
Yep, do it, Jordan. Guys, make sure to check out Jordan's stream, Jordan WX. Thank you, Jordan, for joining.
Safe travels, bud.
Chat. Brother Jordan here. All right, the last thing I want to show here. Well, I don't want to say the last thing, but yeah, we'll be wrapping up here in just a couple minutes here. This is from Stu. This is the expected snowfall amount. So this is from the National Weather Service. This is a product that they put out. This is a little bit experimental, right? You know, experimental. They're kind of experimenting with the snow. And it's important to kind of know here, guys, that you got to take this with a grain of salt because, once again, I mean, John, you probably could talk more about this, and obviously he probably doesn't do this exact thing, but the National Weather Service is constantly trying to improve their communication, constantly trying to put out new products that can help people understand the weather. So what this is basically saying, okay, this is the actual forecast for the National Weather Service. It shows you got what? Oh my God! Something just happened right there.
John needs new wipers, is what he needs.
Oh, sorry. No, it's like if I'm behind a truck and I'm getting like blowback, I need the wipers. But then if I'm like not, the snow doesn't stick to the windshield, and so it does the whole inappropriate noise, like you're letting one rip or something.
Are you sure your car didn't just explode?
No, we're good, man. I promise. We're still kicking.
Blowback is my favorite word that I've heard all stream.
You get what I'm saying, though? Like kick up from the road, you know? Anyways, carry on.
His car just exploded. But, chat, this new product here is... I forgot what poll I was going to do. New poll. Do we think John's car just exploded? New poll's coming in hot.
Shout out to the turnaround 4 for not exploding.
Yeah, we'll vote in chat. We'll see what the chat thinks, and that'll
Brady,
probably be the truth.
With this map, I can't see because I'm like kind of blind. Are there numbers on this thing, or is it like what is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. This is like the official Weather Service forecast.
Yeah.
So it's just a mosaic of everything, and I don't know if there's ranges on here. You can probably set that where it's either like the deterministic value or like ranges 25th to 75th percentile, to give a more realistic depiction of the high end and low end type stuff. There's a lot that can be done there, but yeah, this is the official NWS forecast, which shows generally it's going to be similar to like the national blended models, but Also, probably some incorporation from the Weather Prediction Center and then local office expertise.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I say my new favorite term for snowfall? This is what
Yes.
ChatGPT told me. It said this is a good term for a snowstorm back home in Michigan. They call it the Great White Dump.
My favorite
Yeah.
my favorite term is ERI, which is extreme rapid intensification. It's used in hurricane talk a lot, but I would use it here.
I would
Ooh,
use it here too.
Dendritic growth zone party. That's
Oh, I
really
like that.
specific.
I like that. If I have an extreme, if you have an extreme white dump, I mean that's grounds for hospitalization at that point. If anyone has any extreme white dumps, call your doctor immediately because that is not healthy.
So you know
That
how
is-
ChatGPT like starts to know you and it starts giving you like personalized suggestions?
You have extreme white dumps, call your doctor, Sierra. I'll just be honest with you.
No. It's giving me
You need to
hockey
go right
related
now.
ones. It says it's the Zamboni from above.
Oh, yep.
Sierra, you need to go to the ER right now.
I don't
I'll
have
be
that.
honest with you. You need to
it's
go to
been
the
like
ER.
80
Yep,
days
and
out
here we
here.
go. My iPad, literally as we spoke, it Googled ERs near me. So that is fantastic news here. I've got some. If
Listen
you're
to
in
this
Columbus,
one.
Ohio.
Listen to these couple. These are good. I'm sorry, I have to share them. What is it? Lake Effect Attitude Adjustment, Buffalo's Revenge, White Wall of Y, Great Lakes.
White Wall of Y?
Yeah. Control Alt Snow. Snow Overload.
I'm going to use that in one of my graphics going forward. Snowverload. It's the great white dump of snow.
It's the Great White Dome.
Oh,
Great-
that's
the great
you're
white
giving me.
opening of 2026. Here we go.
Yes, Sierra, can you send those to me? I'm going to use those tomorrow in my graphics that I post.
Can I
couple
make
of
you
different.
a PowerPoint with them all in them?
Yeah, I think that's a. You know what? That's a good idea. Well,
With a
the next Big Weather show, that'll be what we concentrate is just on that PowerPoint.
In a spreadsheet.
Fantastic.
Excel spreadsheet.
Amanda, I will go to Discord. Absolutely. Amanda says, "Hey Brady, can you go to Discord?" I will go to Discord. Absolutely. So this product here, this shows us the expected amount. But watch this, guys. This is a really cool graphic here. So this shows you the high end amount. Whoa! The high end amount. This is a 1 in 10 chance of happening. So this is, 1 in 10, not likely. This is not likely, but it's kind of fun to look at here, right? I don't think they not give us the numbers here. Did they do that on purpose?
It takes some time to load, but it'll pop up eventually.
So you're making me sad looking at that cat.
So this is the 1 in 10. Yeah, this
bought
is
a cat today.
that cat. Yeah, I don't know if I'd buy a cat. Actually, I'd buy a cat. But
I offered the girl
I love
$500, and she said, "No, I'm going to give it to my friend for free."
that's chalked. That's chalked.
Here's
But-
a better view of my cat.
Oh, we're going full. What is that? What kind of is that? Stormcat 67?
Sure.
Oh my god, that cat is vibing. Oh my. Can the cat wave? Can you make the cat wave?
Oh. Hold on.
Oh, she's chalked.
Hello.
Oh! She did not like that.
No,
not one bit.
not at all.
Okay. So, chat, come up with a name for that cat. Best name wins a prize. But this is a 1 in 10 chance. So, if this winter storm were to happen 10 times, right? One time. Yeah, let's come up with some more chats. Let's come up with some more. Hobbs, what the? Connor Croft's dad is Hobbs 2828. He's in chat right now.
Connor's
lurking.
dad?
That's Connor's dad.
Hi, Connor's dad.
He's
a celebrity.
Yeah.
I
He's
didn't
a bit
know
of he's a bit of a something. All right, that's for sure.
Your son is supposedly
kidding.
my neighbor, but I haven't seen him in months.
I love you, Connor's dad. Kind of. You're a little chalked, though. I'll be honest. But this is the snow that if we were to run this winter storm, run it 10 times, right, in a simulation. If this winter storm were to happen 10 times in a row with the exact ingredients that we have right now, one time out of 10, you'd get 35 inches, 36 inches in New Jersey, 38. So the reason why I'm showing you this is not to say this is what is going to happen, right? Because this probably won't happen. But this is the highest potential for this particular storm, right?
Princess Leia just says, "What's a snow cat?" Princess Leia. Wow, look at that picture. Look at that picture. That's unreal. Wow. Massive shout out to Princess Leia here. That has got to be some AI. How did she get... It's the cat version of Princess Leia from Star Wars. But this gives you an idea about the upper limits of this particular storm. 37 in near Massachusetts. This also kind of shows us where the bullseyes are. Right? You can kind of see southern New Jersey and then potentially southern Massachusetts and Rhode Island. That's where the biggest snow is going to fall. Now take a look at this. This is a 9 out of 10. So this is basically the low end amount. So if this storm were to run 10 times, this would happen basically 9 of these times. You get at least this amount of snow. So at the bare minimum here, guys, we're talking about several inches of snow. So, if this storm were to bust in epic proportions in Long Island, you would still get at least 5 inches of snow. This is not going to happen, right? Just be clear. We are not going to get 5 inches in Long Island. We're going to get way more. There's just no way that we're going to get only 5 inches in Long Island. But this just gives you an idea about where the most certainty is, right? And the interesting thing, and John, I know you're going to have something to say here because I might be totally butchering this, but I think the highest certainty is in Connecticut. That's where we know the most, not necessarily the most snow, but we're most confident that big time snow is going to fall. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, so I think just a couple of thoughts with this, like with these high and low end amounts, like Brady said, it's the high and low end potential. I think just to contextualize, the 3 foot amounts are probably in like Jersey up perhaps into like Boston neck of the woods. Like that corridor looks like the highest confidence, and there could be some spot amounts to say 36. For the low end amounts, I am looking at probably central to eastern Pennsylvania to the west of the main batch of snow, and then east of wherever that sort of inverted trough deformation band sets up, probably between, say, like US 219 and State College, I think. And so realistically, there could be a spot like in northeast Pennsylvania, maybe like Williamsport areas northeast into the Poconos, that could end up getting like an inch or 2 because of a combination of mild or moderate temperatures or sort of marginal temperatures during the day Sunday. You don't get a whole lot of accumulation, and then sort of subsidence on the northwest side of the storm. So I think it's important to contextualize those things. If you put up that range, I saw some maps circulating earlier today that were like 1 to 19 inches. Obviously, that's insane. Obviously, that's not super helpful. But in context, I think you can glean some pretty interesting information there regarding like where the low end bust locations are and where the sort of boom potential might be.
Yeah, exactly. John, that's incredibly wise there. And you gotta, like any tool, right? You've got to know how to use it. And right along the edge where John was kind of talking about, right? This is the official once again. This is the official we're back on the official forecast here. This is kind of a northern Pennsylvania here, kind of interior portions of the Northeast and Mid Atlantic. And once again, the further away you get from the coast, the less snow you're going to get, the less time you're going to get in the snow, and generally the lower the snowfall amounts are going to be. And there could be a sharp cutoff somewhere that, like to John's point, where you might only get an inch or 2. And with a storm like this, that is absolutely possible. And so while it looks like, while this map gives an idea, an estimate of how much snow is going to fall, in reality, in this area, from New Jersey, from Maryland, all the way up through Boston, the snow amounts with a storm like this are not going to be uniform. At least I don't think they're going to be uniform like this. I think because of the deformation band that's going to set up, because of the highly variable snowfall rates, you could have some spots in New Jersey that get close to 2 feet. And then very, close off to the west, you could have another spot that gets a foot, maybe 6 inches, because they had some subsidence, they had some sinking air, and they had some snow that wasn't falling at 4 inches per hour. It's falling at a half an inch per hour, and then that's going to be the difference here.
So very interesting stuff here. I love this. Love this graphic here. You got to know how to read this here. You got to know how to read this. And wow. Hobbs is giving us an update on brother Connor. Yeah, Hobbs, help us out here. That was Connor. Connor cooked his knee just a little bit ago playing some basketball here at the Stormchaser Summit, although he is still chasing tomorrow.
Wasn't he supposed to get his MRI this past week?
Yeah, did he get his MRI? Hobbs, help us out here. Hobbs?
He was supposed, so I remember him saying this. He was supposed to get his MRI on the day that we had the severe weather in Illinois, but he postponed it to the next day because of the severe weather.
That's dedication right there.
He was
that's
shocked
dedication.
at the summit. It was bad.
Yeah, that's absolutely.
I think Connor's just gonna make it worse by keep on chasing, but he does what he wants.
Guys,
If
am I
he needs
missing
surgery,
anything?
they can fix it up.
Yeah, I know. My guess is there's something is going on, but I will say this: he was cooking before that. He was absolutely cooking. Is there anything I missed here? We talked about this storm. We talked about the timing. We talked about the snow amounts.
Thunder, snow.
Chat. Yeah, thunder, snow. We'll talk about that. Chat, if you have any questions, now's the time in chat. Let us know you have any questions. We're starting to wrap it up here on the stream. So now's the time if you got any questions. Is anyone from the panel, is there anything I missed? Is there anything that catches your attention?
One other thing I want to mention, Brady, we talked about sort of that local minimum and sort of East Central PA. I think it's also going to be really interesting how things evolve in DC, sort of on the southwest side of the system. Because again, we're going to have marginal temperatures at onset. How quickly do the rates really get going? Does that sort of back end deepen enough to be able to produce enough snowfall rates later in the day, or does the moisture kind of pull out? And we've been seeing over the last 36 hours or so some pretty mild disagreement. Like the GFS has slammed DC, whereas things like the Euro that are a little farther east have not been quite as potent. And I think there might be a watch in Washington DC. I can't remember right now, but that spot is going to be really interesting. Man, those super chats are incredible.
Carol,
love it.
Just bought a new smart TV to replace the one that the jerk gave me. Carol, massive W for Carol in the chat.
Yes.
She is absolutely crushing it tonight.
Yes. But yes, DC, I think, is a spot to watch for tomorrow. It'll be really interesting. I think Philly to Boston's a slam dunk. They're going to get crushed. DC, does DC end up being more of a rain-snow mix for a lot of the day? How much do they get in on the heavy snowfall rates after the sun goes down? That'll be an interesting thing to watch.
Yeah, that's right. This is the latest Euro. I mean, DC, Baltimore, they do not have much, many hours. They start as rain Sunday morning. Tomorrow morning, they start as rain. And they don't switch to snow until Sunday afternoon. And the big question is, because they're so far away from the center of this low, I could see absolutely some, if you're in DC, I would be, if you're wanting snow, there's some big time bust potential in DC right now. And the official forecast for DC has them getting 3 inches. So there is not a lot of snow even up in Baltimore, only 4 inches. So, if you're in the crazy thing is Baltimore's 4 inches, and then you go just across the channel here. It's a foot. I mean, that's got to be less than 50 miles there from Baltimore to Maryland, in the same state here. They're talking about a foot. So
that's I think a foot is where it turns into a great white dump territory.
Yeah,
I'm actually kind of surprised about how they're doing this. So there's not even a winter storm watch. They're just under a winter weather advisory for 2 to 4 inches of snow.
That's brutal, man. Could you imagine? I'd be so mad if I'm in DC. Do we have any DC brother in chat? If I'm in DC right now and I'm getting 2 inches, meanwhile, just like 50 to 100 miles to the north in Philadelphia and New York City, they're getting the blizzard of their lifetime. Like, I'd be pissed.
I almost got in trouble at work a couple years ago in Michigan because I lived 45 minutes from my office, maybe more like an hour. And I told my boss, I woke up and we had a foot of snow, and I was like, yeah, I can't come in. They haven't plowed anything yet. And she was just like, "Are you kidding me? You're really not going to try and drive on this?" Well, I drove downstate later in the day and realized they only got like a half inch, like only an hour away. So my boss was looking at like a half inch of snow, thinking I was just like not going to drive in because of it. And I was like, I had to send her a picture. I'm like, it's literally like we're buried out here. Like,
wow. That's awesome.
The current National Weather Service forecast map that they have for like their forecast area, the DC Metro has 0.5 inches to 9 inches of snow.
Fantastic.
And then just off to the east of that in Annapolis, Maryland, it's 1 inch to 16 inches of snow.
Fantastic.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, that got to take that a little bit with a grain of salt. Those 25th and 75th maps in a situation like this, they're just not super helpful. I mean, it's like, yes, that technically could happen, but it's, not super beneficial.
Yeah, to your point, for like New York City, like Long Branch, where Jordan is going, it says 5 to 27 inches of snow.
Yeah, right.
Like a
It's
range
just-
of 22 inches of snow. Come on now.
Even if technically that's possible with the uncertainty, it's just not a really helpful look. It very much plays into this idea that meteorologists just close their eyes and throw a dart at the wall to see what the forecast is going to be.
Pretty much.
It's tough. Yeah. So stick with the deterministic, but like contextualize the extremes, and that's why we get paid the big bucks as meteorologists, right?
That's right. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
why we get paid bucks. I wouldn't say big bucks.
There's some exchange of money.
And here
That's
on
right.
YouTube, we do it for free, so we don't get paid anything, except by you beautiful people. A massive shout out to anyone that super chatted or become a member on stream. Ultimately, YouTube's not paying us to do this, right? We're not big enough to get there yet. You guys are all supporting us here on YouTube, so massive shout out to each and every one of you watching tonight here, and for anyone that supported us, thank you. Someone asked about Gettysburg. Yeah, they're going to get a couple of inches, maybe 4, 5, 6, 7 inches of snow. Gettysburg, this is not going to be like a mega event for you guys. Maybe some more in the elevations here, John, but I mean, for the most part, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, a lot of Sunday, like I was saying, is going to be marginal temperature, so you're going to have accumulation probably above 500 or 1,000 feet of elevation. But I don't think there's going to be much during the day. All the money or the show is going to be after the sun goes down, or Gettysburg could potentially set up in that inverted trough deformation zone that's going to set up tomorrow. That could overcome, the rate should be high enough in that band to create something. But I would say much of Central PA is not getting out too much of the fun. Southeast PA is probably where the real money shot is. Outside of that really narrow band, it's probably going to set up, like I said, north-south, somewhere between, say, like Johnstown and State College. Perhaps Gettysburg would be included, something like that.
Absolutely. John can kind of cook. I'm going to be honest. John can kind of cook. John from Weatherfront is, he's got his own YouTube channel as well, John. So John's kind of just getting cooking here on YouTube. Just wait.
What's his socials? Because I don't even follow him. I don't know.
Well, yeah, so it's my personal socials are John Banghoff, Banghoff. But on the YouTube, hit up Weatherfront. I did a live stream last week. There were like 2 viewers live, and then hopefully people watch after the fact. We're going to start doing some more like Weatherfront demo type things to showcase the different tools and features. Lots of shorts that get posted, just kind of showcasing all the beautiful imagery in Weatherfront. Definitely encourage, feel free to follow me, but more importantly, give Weatherfront a follow on X, Instagram, Facebook, Blue Sky, TikTok, and YouTube. LinkedIn too, for more of the buttoned up business type. But
that's right. Maybe our mods can post the Weatherfront YouTube page in the chat, mods. That would be there we go.
Even if you just type like wxfront.com, www.wxfront.com, and then scroll all the way to the bottom, you got all the links to all of our different socials. So definitely connect with us there. Every once in a while, I put out QR codes for like a 1 month free trial of Weatherfront Advanced. Lots of neat features going on there, especially as we get into severe season and launch new updates. And definitely recommend staying in touch.
Absolutely. It's unbelievable. They put out a lot of good shorts on there too. The shorts are awesome. Like my philosophy with weather forecast, and I think John's is the same way. Like, I want to give you the best information, the quickest, right? So if I can give you the forecast in under 20 seconds, right? That's what I'm aiming for. And so that's what John aims for as well. And that's, if we can tell you the forecast in under 20 seconds, that's a powerful tool, right? Because then you don't have to spend 20 minutes watching a video. You can watch it in 10 seconds and then be on your way, right? So that's what they're doing over there at this YouTube page. So please, guys, if we could literally, all 233 people are still watching, let's triple this subscriber account right now tonight.
Yeah.
Let's get it to 1 million. Okay. If every single person in this stream tells 50 people and gets them to subscribe to this page tonight, we could be talking about 1 million subscribers instantly. So get on that, chat. Let's go.
I apparently, John, you and I follow each other on Twitter already, and me and Weatherfront follow each other, but I followed you on Weatherfront on Instagram and subscribed on YouTube.
You're the best. I appreciate you.
Start doing that.
Now, Sierra, but you have to tell 50 people. Sierra, if you can get all those 50 people right now on the phone, that'd be fantastic.
When I'm in class on Monday, I will just.
Nah, you got to do it right now.
No.
Sierra, the other beautiful thing is, as far as I know, you're not necessarily sponsored by any particular other radar app, so you've got some autonomy to be able to spread the good word. I'm not saying you need to, but like if you're a fan of the content, feel free to hit the heart button because you got a good following, and we would love and appreciate any support you can send our way.
Absolutely, I love Weatherfront. Like a second it came out, I was like, this is my new everything. Like this is the new go-to.
Shebang.
Yeah, that's great. And I'll say anybody on the stream too, if you haven't checked out Weatherfront and you have an iPhone, definitely check it out. If you've already used it, send feedback. We're continuing to build new features. Going to have METAR overlays, LSRs, and spotter network implementation rolled out here probably the next couple of weeks. Navigation coming down the pike. I mean, there's a lot of stuff cooking, as Brady likes to say, and I definitely want to be responsive and keep having stuff that y'all like.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's an amazing app. I will start spreading the word to all my friends. Like
you're the best.
I know at school and stuff too, because
heck yeah.
Everybody's always asking me all the time, just like, what apps do you use? What apps do you use? And
what apps do you use? What apps do you use?
Tell people I use Radarscope, and then I use my radar, and then I use this.
What apps do you use?
Different ones. But Weatherfront has it all in one, so I use that a lot.
Amanda just says, I just subscribed to Weatherfront on YouTube.
Thank you for your service. My phone is blowing up with notifications right now.
Jan asks, how's the Android version coming along?
It is coming along. Probably still ways out. So I encourage you, if you are an Android user, the example I use is myself. I have an Android as my primary phone. In fact, I'm streaming right now from an Android device. Wow. And I also have an iPhone right here that I use Weatherfront on, and I exclusively use mobile hotspot or Wi-Fi. So it's technically possible to do that. Maybe you want to get an iPad. To answer your question, we're probably still a few months out from Android. We want to get an Android developed. We're kind of pushing hard to get all the features into the iOS version pre-Stormchaser season. And then we'll continue on with Android. We've got some nuts and bolts of the Android version in the queue. We started building the foundation, but then we'll tentatively, certainly by next Stormchaser season, but ideally sooner than that. But it'll still be a little ways before Android comes out.
Well, and John, you got to think, guys, Weatherfront, they don't have a team of 50 developers, right? It's a small team. So there's lot of requests. Yeah, yep. There's two people, guys.
Incredible.
This whole app, everything you see on this app is 2 people. I don't even know if I could hire 50 people of my friends to do this. They would just be all over the place. My friends would be just completely chalked. They'd be like, where's the sports? Oh, where's the beer? It's chalked.
Where's Uno?
Oh, yeah, it would be totally chalked. It would, exactly. So
hey, Brady.
This is impressive. Go, Stu.
So I'm just going to kind of summarize the area forecast discussion from the National Weather Service out of New York, just real fast. So they are calling for worst case scenario over 2 feet of snow in their forecast area. Alongside that, they also are noting snowfall rates locally as high as 4 inches per hour that cannot be ruled out. They're also noting a few lightning strikes as well, so thunder snow within the heavy bands that come across Long Island, portions of New Jersey. Also, wind gusts as high as 65 miles an hour along the coast of Connecticut and Long Island. And then as for snowfall ratios, early on an average of around 10-1, but will later increase during that heavy banding at around 11 to 13-1 for snowfall ratios. So it's going to be a more of a wetter snow to start, but we'll get but we'll get a tad bit fluffier as we go on. So this storm is going to be very powerful.
Wow, that's incredible.
Brady, one other thing I want to mention, if you go over to the Outlooks tab in Weatherfront and pull up area forecast discussions, if you don't mind.
I forgot about that.
So you go to Outlooks and then under National Weather Service, go to area forecast discussions. This will pull up a map and you can click between all of them. Highly recommend that. Like I put out a tweet earlier today that was like, here's the recommended forecast process. Open Weatherfront, go to the Outlooks tab, check out the watch warning advisory map to see what the products are. Then go to the area forecast discussions, read all the forecasts to see what the Weather Service officers are thinking. Then you can go over to the model section, peruse all the models, and honestly, even tomorrow, then you can go to radar and satellite. Like everything is there. But yeah, checking out the AFDs, that's a good way to start and end your day as you're wanting to know what the latest and greatest updates are from the variety of Weather Service offices, as opposed to having to bounce around different websites. Everything's all just right there with a few clicks.
To add on to that, as far as the warnings and watches go, make sure you are reading the watch for your specific area, because when when they issue watches like this, they're not just one big watch for the entire forecast area. They're actually sectioned off. So I know in southern Connecticut right now, there are 3 counties next to each other that each have different blizzard warnings because of different winds, different snowfall totals, etc.
Yep. Yeah, they're all segmented out like that. And then if there's multiple products, again, they're overlapping like we did Long Island earlier, you can just click multiple times to pull up one. So like Brady, if you don't mind, just click on Long Island and click again. You can switch over to the Coastal Flood Advisory and then click the little I button and actually read the text itself. So
that's cool.
Mesmerizing.
Freaking sweet. It's mesmerizing. Oh, I love it so much.
You can even see the different sectioned off blizzard warnings too. So like go to southern Connecticut real quick.
Yes.
And just tap on one of the counties in southern Connecticut along the coastline.
Yep.
Nope, go to the left one, like where Norwich is. Or even further south of that. So like along the coast there, like if you just tap on a blizzard warning, well, I guess they might have changed it now to consolidate all of it. But before it was just one county, was one blizzard warning, and then the next one was different, and then the next one was different. It was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. If you click on this one, you can see the section here, right? You can see the lines, right? Like right here's where the section is right there, and then they're kind of different. They're different warnings based upon where they are. That's awesome. That's cool. Yeah, not all blizzard warnings are created equal, guys. The difference here is the snowfall accumulations, right, and maybe the wind gusts. So they try to tailor each warning to the specific conditions you're going to get. So
new hashtag, hashtag read your warnings.
That's right. Hashtag read your warnings. Hashtag do it now. Yes. All right, chat. Anything else from the panel?
Discord photos. That's all.
Discord photos. We're going to end here like we always do, chat. Looking through some Discord photos. So I have no clue what is in here. I have not pre-vetted these. Has anyone, hopefully someone has pre-vetted these, because I'm just going to go right through them here. Okay, let's go. Let's check it out here, chat. Okay. Okay, hey, there we go.
UDT alpha delta squared.
Yeah, so the caption here is Brady is really smart. That this does look like my smart face for sure, definitely. This is the face of actually had pretty good grades. Not as good of grades as John though. John was goated as you say. R. Patterson here. Wow, what do we think, Stu? Stormcat, what number is this?
Stormcat 102.
He's got some crazy aura. Like he's like calling on someone over.
This cat could be the president. I'm not gonna lie.
He's like in a club and he's like looking at somebody making eye
Storm
contact.
Desk.
Like,
welcome to the stream. Yeah, this is Stormcat 102. So R. Patterson, this cat has now been renamed. So you have to officially go rename this cat legally here. So massive shout out to Stormcat 102 here. Okay. Bro, what is this? What the hell? Oh my God. Okay, we're going to the next one. This is from Haley here. Supermarket. This is from Haley in Long Island here. She says supermarket was absolute pandemonium here in Long Island. This is a 1 second long video. You can see the person here looks so sad. Look at that person.
She's like
that person.
Grandma Betsy over here. I need to get my toilet paper.
She's wearing a vest, so she hasn't fully accepted that it's going to be cold yet. She's just like, it might be, but I'm not ready to accept it yet, so I'm going to wear a vest.
Yeah, she's vested up. That's for sure. She is not happy. She is like, she looks like she's been waiting in line here for like the past 2 hours.
That's
here.
how I look every time I go into Walmart. That's literally how I look.
I've been
every
waiting
time.
for the past 2 hours here in this gosh darn line. Oh my goodness here. Okay. It's the Crow of Judgment. I don't know what this is. Oh, I don't know. Okay, Stu posted that one. Chalked. R. Patterson, that cat is eating a blizzard.
Ooh, he's very upset. They got his flavor wrong.
They did.
He
Draw
said
some
I
angry
wanted
eyebrows
the
on that
seasonal
cat.
s'mores flavor, and they gave me regular chocolate.
Dude, that cat is pissed.
This
He's so
cat
pissed.
is the embodiment of Jordan when he was chasing.
They skimped on the toppings, is what they did. That's just vanilla ice cream. They skimped.
This is Jordan Cat and Mad.
It
That's
is.
the new name of this cat.
That cat is absolutely pissed. It's Stormcat 102 there. That's just like, look at this. It's just unbelievably mad here. Yikes. Yeah, that is also, notice how the blizzard, I mean, this looks like the worst blizzard I've ever seen. They didn't include any toppings. Like what, is that just a plain vanilla blizzard here?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Although, here's the thing though. For me, nothing's worse than when they put all the toppings on top and you get to the end and it's just vanilla. Maybe they like did a little vanilla, then the toppings, then more vanilla, and it's like mostly down at the bottom. Not to play devil's advocate, but maybe no. Cat's mad. There's probably no toppings in that thing at all.
I will say, like he's got his foot on the plastic spoon, and then there's also a metal spoon. So maybe it was too frozen, and he broke the spoon.
I think the best blizzard from Dairy Queen is a peanut butter cookie dough blizzard with extra peanut butter.
See, all the problems that everybody has about with the toppings at Dairy Queen, I will solve that right now. Go to Brahms. Brahms will sit there, they will perfectly layer your toppings, and they'll give you 5 times as much toppings as Dairy Queen. It'll be a third of the price every time.
Dairy Queen's good.
The only problem is Brahms is the closest Brahms is like 20-hour drive from me, I think.
Yeah, it's chalk.
It might be worth it.
I'm
done.
It might be.
It might be. You're right.
No, it's not. Listen, my parents got married in a Dairy Queen, so, or maybe not married, but listen, I have some trade secrets here for Dairy Queen. So I have actually a custom blizzard that you can order that knocks every single sort of ice cream chain out of the water. Okay, so that'll be a trade secret I share on another stream. But just saying that blizzard. Listen, that blizzard is absolutely chalked here. Let's see if we got another picture. Okay. What the hell? Who is posting these? Guitar Singing Frog. Like, you were the reason why RAM prices are like $9 million here. There's some Sim Sushi or Sim Shu on, wow, look at this picture in Florida. Unbelievable picture here. Gorgeous.
We have the picture
Gorgeous
of you wearing
picture.
the Team USA jacket.
Oh yeah, that's chalked. Wow, this was from Storm Rider from Michael overnight. He a shelf cloud. Wow, look at this. That's like a disconnected shelf cloud. That looks fake to me. I mean, that's how cool that is. He doesn't post fake photos, so I don't know. That's he posts legit photos here. That is unreal. Yeah, I'm sorry, I mispronounced it. I know it's not Sim Sushi. Okay, it's chalked. Yeah, if you guys want to join our Discord here, you can post photos. I'll show them live on stream. Join our Discord mods if you can help us out in chat by posting that link
in the description below. Yeah, this was today, by the way. The sticker struck again on the bathroom at the Severe Weather Symposium. I'm not sure who put it there, but
whoever did this needs to be totally they need to get arrested by the cops, I think.
Totally. I completely agree with
Am I
that.
at
Yeah.
the point where it's weird that I still haven't taken your sticker down? That's in front of my...
Yeah, it's
Brady,
fine.
I put your favorite cat in the on-stream media.
Oh no, please no. Please no.
You love this cat. You'll remember this cat.
Please no.
This cat is.
Oh, it looks like
That's Reed, bro.
That's Reed after too many bean burritos.
Oh, it's a throw-up cat. I hate that cat. Oh my God. This is Reed. Who did this? I demand to know. Who did this? Oh, that was Haley. That is shocked, bro.
Do you guys know
Haley,
Joe Burrow?
put the cat picture that you showed me that looks like Brady. Put that picture in there.
You guys know Joe Burrow?
No. Yeah, I know Joe
He
Burrow.
did the same face.
Wait. Wow. Was that AI?
Joe Burr, there he is.
Pull up the cat. Pull up the cat. Wait.
Cat.
Go back to your Discord and then pull up the cat.
Oh my God. Oh, that doesn't look like me.
Haley said it.
You think that looks like me, Haley?
Why is there a crime sketch photo in the background? What is that?
Hold on. This does not look like me.
I don't know. That side by side's pretty impressive.
Wait, there's a crime sketch photo in the background. We're not addressing that.
Yeah, what?
It's Brady.
It's not me.
To the left. To the
not
left.
me.
To the left. Go left.
Left.
On the that thing.
Wait, I have the wrong format here. Hold
I
on.
think that's Brady. I think that's a police sketch of Brady.
It might be. Brady, are
It's
you
not.
wanted? What are you not telling us, Brady?
What are you talking about? I don't see
The
anything
whiteboard
that you guys
on
are
the
talking about.
Whiteboard that's like on the left of the screen. That white square with the face on it. That's you.
That's an electrical outlet.
No, I think that's Brady.
That's you,
That
Brady.
no, that is not me. That is.
Oh,
I'm
no.
getting okay.
Oh no.
Stop! Unbelievable. Okay. Okay.
Is that a point
Haley,
five? Read?
this is chalked. This is absolutely chalked. We are going over the rails at this point.
No, this is
you know what?
off the
I think we're gonna wrap here. Chat. Is there anyone else with anything productive that they want to say?
Beaver.
Before we wrap. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Stu's in timeout. Bye, Stu. Anything else, John? Sierra. Dan. Dan has been AWOL.
Y'all, Brady is killing it. So I know you all appreciate Brady, but for real, he's carving out a pretty cool space. The dude has an ability to overcome or kind of rise above all the drama and infighting and just find man, he just loves people a lot. So all love, Brady. Appreciate you. Thanks for what you're building here, and everybody like and subscribe and tell your friends.
Show Brady
That's right.
some love.
No. I want you guys to say W Dan, say W John, say W Sierra, and also say W Stu as well, because these guys are here just like all of us, right? We're doing this for free. We're doing this because we love you guys, and thank you all for all of the donations you guys gave this stream. We had a good amount of them. We had Jan, we had Carol, we had Princess Leia, we had Haley, we had Samantha, who gave the new phone fund. The new phone fund, we're going to have to start that now because my phone is in about 100 pieces. I was stepping, while I'm doing the stream, I'm going to be honest, I stepped a couple of times. I was stepping in glass from my phone here, which is not good. So hopefully, the good news is I got the socks on. So,
Can we see it, Brady? Can we see your phone?
Break his phone before I got
no.
here?
Oh, we can't see the phone. Sad.
No, I've seen the phone. We had a new member here. Cara, we had Haley, we had Lush, we had XMX Dump. That's from the channel. We had
Great
Michael
White Dump.
Hill. We had Stormchaser, Shannon Jocelyn as well. Oh, Shannon, I think I met her today, potentially at the OSU thing. We had Rob that started us off on a shock note today with the Beavers. And then we had Carly, we had Brother Wilson, we had Mason that locked in, and then we had Jan. So it was a good show. It was a great show. And it is going to be a very interesting next 24 to 48 hours as this historic blizzard slams through the Northeast. I won't be live tomorrow. I will be live streaming with Connor. I might go live tomorrow night if he's done early, and then after that, I'll probably be live Monday night as the storm is kind of wrapping up in the aftermath. So look for me there. Make sure you tune in. I'm going to keep putting out all the videos for the forecast here. Every video I put out, make sure you retweet, you smash that like button, and get it in the ether. I need you guys here on YouTube to be our advocates, and on all social media, just start retweeting and liking all the stuff we put out, because that helps it get into the algorithm big time. And that is awesome. So thank you all for joining us tonight, from Sierra and John and Dan, who is AWOL. Dan might be dead. Who knows? He's not dead. He's on a mission.
He's on a mission.
He's on a mission. Dan is on a mission right now. And Stu and that cat also. That was joining Stu. I forget the cat's name.
Sophie.
And Jordan, who joined. And we also had, who else joined? There was someone else who joined that was awesome. Brendan Kopic. I forgot even Brendan Kopic joined early in the stream. We're going to signal the all clear, and we are going to wrap up. I don't think there's anyone to raid. I don't think anyone else is live. That's all we got, guys. This is Stormcat 5, and we'll see you on the next one. Feel free to sing, anyone that's here. Oh my gosh, I have to use the bathroom so bad. But I don't have time because I'm singing the song. Sing with me, chat. The map's lit up in the shades of blue. A classic nor'easter coming into view. Low pressure bombing off the shore. The storm was built to deliver more. MJ opened up with a grin so wide. Snow total stacking on the colder side. Dan leaned in with a steady tone. He said this could be one for the history zone. John pulled radar on the screen. Branding like this, that's a snow machine. Stu tracked winds as the pressure fell. That gradient is so tight, that's blizzard hell. Sierra chimed in, calm and bright. Visibility is dropping tonight. Another John laughed, yeah, let's look outside. The snow is already piling high. Epic snow in the northeast sky. Blizzard winds, oh, they're screaming by. From city streets to mountain lines, winter rewrote that timeline. Flakes falling fast under the glow. 2 inches and now we're on the heaviest snow. Drifts climbing up on the doors. Nature showing her in full force. Sing it with me, Chad.
Thank you for watching. So what's my stream, man?